All right, well then, welcome back, everybody. How's your last 2 weeks been?
Is it 2 or 3?
Fucking
I
heck.
don't know, 2 or 3, I can't remember.
It's been a while. 4.5 for me because I missed the last one as well.
It has definitely been crazy.
It's been good. Got a new job. Went to PAX. That was fun.
Oh,
you went
did
to PAX?
Nice.
It was fun, but definitely not as fun as I thought it'd be. You had to register to play You had to register to play basically a whole bunch of games. I had to register to play as the new Assassin's Creed, and
How was it?
I don't know. I didn't play it because I couldn't register because the registration was full.
Dang it.
So stupid.
But
Even
you would think the registration would just be the ticket alone, but I guess not. But I also got a pretty cool Assassin's Creed hoodie.
Dude. I heard that game is supposed to be bomb.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, well, and we've got Jordan with us tonight, so that'll be really exciting. We fully have officially have a full party now.
Woo!
Everyone playing is here.
Yes. Delicious.
So, do you guys want to catch me up on last time, or do you want me to kind of give a quick little
I
recap?
don't remember what
I
happened.
will catch
because
everyone up.
Fuck you, Mike.
That's the only person that wasn't there.
Rogar wasn't even here last time.
Yeah.
Rogar was here.
Well,
The deputy
Rogar was
just
here,
wasn't.
but yeah,
Let's see.
the
We
actual
fought
player.
two werewolves.
Yes.
I found Moonblade, which is dope. And we killed the werewolves, and Corey or Grognak basically cut a werewolf in half.
Rogar
I-
retroactively salty at him for taking the sword.
Who? I don't have the sword.
Me.
No,
I
at
have the
Morgan.
sword.
He now has 2 long swords.
No, he
Yeah.
busted a long sword.
Yeah, I
He
thought
only
he
has
got
one
fixed.
sword now.
He said it got fixed.
Oh, it did get fixed. 'Cause
Yeah.
he used, Angrath used mending on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, little ways back, you guys were traveling. Ended up having your cart toppled and crushed in a sort of cave fall. Not really a cave fall, more like a ledge built into the mountains. You guys slept under there in the night. It came tumbling down, busted your cart, most of your shit. And you came across a young man named Victor, who was a half-elf, and said, "Oh, come with me. We'll, at least be able to help you out. Maybe we can talk, to someone in the town, see if we can fix your cart or get you a new cart." You guys went in, hired into the service of Coroner Oswald to look into some weird occurrences that have been going on, some strange killings that were taking place in the town of Greymore, just a few days' travel outside of Wellspring Falls. You guys did your investigating, and basically through a weird turn of events, sort of figured out that as more people continued to die while you were there, they were all dying in kind of a similar fashion. Slashes onto their body, kind of being ripped up. Houses looked like they had been kind of turned, some of them not. And you eventually worked out that this was the work of werewolves. You got a little help from a woman named Lady Sybil, who ended up bringing you to find in Henriette's library a scroll of Moonbeam, which was effective against shape changers. Learned a little bit more about lycanthropes, and you also were able to uncover or began to read and uncover where Sir Thames' delivered sword was going to be. You guys went there that night, picked up the sword, went into the Chapel of Saloon, and everyone was there except for Father Darragor. After a little bit of looking around, walking around, asking questions, kind of getting confused for a little bit, Rogar was like, "Well, why don't we go check his office one more time?" Worked out a way to, within his office, open and move the statue of Saloon in his office, which led down into the Undercraft, where you found Father Darragor and what was her name? Aaron. George Gilly's daughter. They both transformed into werewolves. You guys seemingly were not able to convince or compel Erin that none of what she had done, which was basically only kill a horse, was her fault. She was kind of being misguided and under the guise of Father Daragor, who was actually doing all of the killings. You guys killed them both regardless, and that is where we will pick up today.
So, how are we going to explain this to the town?
Oh, and meanwhile, when you guys tried to walk out of the chapel was locked. It seemed like something was wrong with the locking mechanism up top. The wheel would turn, but it wouldn't seem to engage with the actual lever to pull the chains to slide the locks back into place and allow the door to be accessed.
Guys on the far left.
Oh.
So, we need to find a way to get out, and how do we explain this to the town that the father was a werewolf? With no evidence, there's a pile of ashes, that's his body. But I don't think that's going to be very effective as evidence.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, who knows? There might be a locking mechanism around here or something.
Yeah, maybe the father had something on his body. I mean, we could search through the ash.
What body?
Fair point.
Grognek, roll me investigation check. You walk over to the ashes at first on the ground, and you don't see anything. They were
They're like
somewhere
right here.
around here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll call it over there. You spend some time. You walk over, and it's just ashes and little tiny bits of burned cloth that used to represent his clothes. But looking around, you find a little spin wheel that looked like a replica of, or a match to the same wheel up above that the other clerics were trying to use to open up the locks.
Okay, well, I'll move over to it and be like, "Hey, what do you guys think this does?"
Right, it's better than nothing.
I'll try and turn it, I guess.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. It's really tough, but not like it's stuck, it hasn't been oiled or anything. It clearly looks like almost brand new. Within the last couple weeks, this wheel looks like it's been installed. Just really tough because you can tell there's quite some distance between where this wheel is and the chains leading somewhere. But as you continue to kind of pull, it's got some tension to it, but you are able to rotate it and finally get it to a position where it no longer turns. There's also a little lever that hangs down that can connect onto one of the spindles of the wheel to keep it in place.
Okay. I'll pull down the lever to lock the wheel in place and then say we should head up. So,
Aye.
Yeah.
After you.
We should go upstairs, or whatever the fuck that was.
No, follow you.
Okay. And looking around, as you guys are getting ready to leave as well, you look back down one more time at what was the wolf form of Erin Gilly. And quickly after she'd become deceased, what you find is a nearly naked body of a young woman, bits of clothing tattered, almost bifurcated in two, with a long gash running down the center of her body, splitting the upper half.
Nope, just another day's work.
No, that's disgusting. But I'm used to it, unfortunately. You're always so aggressive when you're killing stuff, Grognak.
Well, of course I am. I'm a fucking barbarian.
Aye.
Well, are we gonna go?
After you.
So you guys make your way up the stairs back into his office.
Okay.
Oh, one second.
So,
what do we tell the rest of the people?
yeah, that's the question. It is.
Yep. So
I mean,
you
would this work?
guys are still in his office, right? Or have you walked down?
No, I think we're still in his office.
Yeah, we're probably still in the office.
Yeah. Discussing how to break this to the people.
Or we just leave and don't say nothing.
Actually, I'm with Angref on this one. Let's just do
no,
that.
you have to tell him something.
Let's just
yeah,
I'll
tell.
choose. It's time to go.
We could tell Oswald. Let him tell the townspeople.
Oswald died.
Oswald's dead.
Okay, I wasn't here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
about that. That's my fault. Oswald died the night before.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay then.
Here, why don't we just run out the front door before anybody notices?
No, do not like that idea.
Run out the front door that might still be locked without anybody noticing an 8-foot-tall orc and a demon and a dragonborn.
I do know. I wouldn't be that
Okay.
noticeable. I'm sure
Maybe
you're.
if I get on my knees, it'll work.
You're in large
No.
plate, and we're all in large plate armor, so
No.
not exactly quiet.
What are you talking about? Large plate armor.
I was talking specifically to Morgan.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're.
I just said all because
Me, Rogar, Angrath, and me are all in scale mail or chain, something like that.
Scale mail's a medium armor.
Something that's
we're in chain now.
heavy.
He basically meant armor that was heavy enough that you would not be able to kind of
Yeah.
stealthily get yourself out of the chapel.
None of us are very good at sneaking.
Yeah, that's
You know-
true.
Maybe if you want to tell them something, go right ahead. But how do you think they're gonna react to some strangers being like, "Oh yeah, hey, your high priest was a werewolf"?
I mean, people just don't go around accusing others of being a werewolf every day now, do they?
Well, that's
No.
why we just leave and go get the cart and get out of this stupid town.
What cart? The cart that got destroyed in the past?
No, Oswald said there was a cart that he'd give us if we figured out what we needed to do. And we don't know where the cart is because Oswald's dead.
Well, maybe it's at his
Well, we-
house.
I'm sure we can find it.
You know what? Fuck it. You want to tell the people something? I'll just go down there and yell it right now.
Oh, boy. Let's not do that. Let's be... You know what? Fine. I don't care anymore. Just do what you want.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk out of his office and start yelling at everybody.
Okay. What do you start saying to people?
Oi!
Oh,
Up
no.
here!
And you see
What did
a
I
crowd
do?
of people look up. A couple priests start to walk towards you.
Alright, so some shit just went down. And, well, your high priest was a werewolf.
People start to kind of look confused. Henriette starts walking her way up the stairs up to you, Borgen. And some of the people are saying, a werewolf, Father Derrigor? No. And kind of start muttering amongst themselves now and just looking confused. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, no!
DC
Oh,
is
it's gonna be
16, by the way.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Yes! Yes! With that +1, thank you so much.
Just, yup, a fucking werewolf.
So,
Oh,
as
that's
you
great.
say that, and Henriette kind of starts running up, you hear screams of people as they start flooding. They're panicking. The priests are doing as best they can to like try and, contain everybody, and they're just running for the door. And as they go to push the door, the two priests that were standing by the front of the chapel, both of them kind of fighting over the wheel, why it was fucked up and who broke it and what are they going to do. Door just bursts open, and they kind of look at each other blankly, and they see that the 3 bars on each side of the door have like retracted themselves somehow, and yet people are just madly running out of the temple into the streets.
Whilst they're running, I'm just gonna be like, I said was! He's dead now!
So as I hear the
they're
panic,
just gone.
as I hear them start to panic, I just slowly put my shield on my back and my hammer away. Just, god damn it!
Oh, yeah, that was a bad idea. But it was funny.
Oh, I didn't see you guys coming up with anything else.
Hey, that's true. I mean,
hey, at least it was simple.
true.
Might have caused a mass panic. Hey, weren't we promised a fucking... What was it, a kite?
Might have caused a mass panic. Do you not see the people running out of the church right now?
I've seen worse.
They'll get over it.
Exactly.
Who's left in the church? Is it just the 2 priests, or?
Most of the priests are filtered out. There's one kind of standing over by the table, like just looking a little downtrodden, starting to clean up a little bit. All of the people have gone. The church is just a complete and utter mess at this point, as people were like just shoving chairs and tables and shit out of the way to get out. You see Henriette kind of standing along the stairs as well, but she hasn't quite approached to like speak with you guys yet, just kind of making her presence known along the side of the stairs where you guys are at. Somewhere around here, I'm gonna assume, is where Grognak made the statement.
Yeah, sure, that works.
Okay.
Cool. Rogar was definitely like back here.
Yeah. And it's like open enough as well, where it's not like right this direction like isn't just like a solid wall. It's opened up along the side. Yeah, they're just columns, so you can see along inside the stairwell, so it wasn't like you're just like the voice of saloon yelling out to the people. Yeah, similar to that, in which it's open and you can see you standing there.
That'd be a pretty manly female.
So yeah, we would assume Henrietta's standing somewhere down there, just kind of casually along the side, making sure that like you can see her, but she's also not like walking up to approach yet. But yeah, there's like one priest just kind of in the back cleaning up a little bit. Everybody else seems to just be running throughout the town, trying to get back to their homes and shops and things.
I'm just gonna start walking down, and I'm gonna head and make my way to the bar and ask Frank if he knows where the
As he
corner
starts to
Oswald's
step, I'm
was.
gonna push him to make him go faster.
Push the dwarf down the stairs.
Athletics check versus dexterity saving throw.
Oh gosh.
God damn it.
So you push, and Borgin, you just literally like fall forward, like take this huge jump off the landing in the center to where you would be falling in open air, and just do like a fucking tuck and roll and stand up on your feet on the bottom of the stairs, just brush the dust off, and you're walking fine.
Good push, mate. Whatever that was great. We need to do that again sometime.
I'm just gonna nod before Grognar can do anything. And if I see him start to do anything, I'm just gonna fucking facepalm him in the face. Stare straight at him.
I'm just gonna look down at Borgin, just like, I have an idea.
No, we know what happened last time you tried to toss me. You tossed me, I couldn't grab anything. We're not doing that again.
It's not my fault.
Alright, well, we're not trying it again.
Stop being a butterfinger.
Did Borgin just land right next to her and not say anything about it?
Yeah, I mean he's standing pretty closely to her now at this point.
Oh, hello, Henriette. Is
I want to jump on board.
What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, were you successful? Did the scroll work and the sword, and what Lady Sybil was what she said true?
Well, seeing that we came back from the Undercroft of, well, whatever it was, Undercroft, or whatever you people call the bottom of a church. Yes, it was successful. The father's remains are in a pile of ashes, as well as George Gilly's daughter, cut in half by the 8-foot-tall orc you see behind me.
I'm just gonna wave, just, hi.
And So Erin was captured. She was missing, but why did you cut her in half?
Because she was a werewolf too, and I couldn't negotiate in time, and she just kind of transformed into a werewolf and started swinging.
Oh, it's quite unfortunate. She was a beautiful young girl, but at the same time, perhaps it's better for her to be gone than have to come back from her life and recover not only from her own struggles, but to find out her only relative is passed as well. Well, I'm glad you were successful, and thank you for what you've done for the town, despite the fact that they may not seem appreciative today. You've done a great service to us. Please, if there's anything Frank or I can do to help you.
Do you know where the coroner kept his cart? Because he said he was going to give it to us after we helped him with this situation.
Oh yes, his home is but just down the street from Frank's Tavern.
Just hold on to it, boys.
Alright, thank
We
you.
can go there, and whatever cart and horses are there will become yours as
Alright, flank left.
as
Go around
a token of our gratitude for what you've done for the city of Greymore.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
And she, then walks you kind of out. Walk a few minutes back into the main part of town. End up passing the Greymore Bend here. And then eventually she shows you to Corner Oswald's home. And what you find are two horses. One's a little, I guess, beefier than the other horse, but both of them in good athletic shape. And you find a cart that would be enough to fit about 6 people. And within the cart as well, I guess the only difference really between your cart and this cart is it's got a steel banded ring around the wheels, where your wheels were just made of wood. So it looks like the outside of the wheels are a bit more reinforced, but it's missing the top cover, where you guys actually had sort of a canopy that went over the top of your cart. This is just an open air flat top cart.
And then what happened to the horses we had from the other cart? Because I know they didn't get crushed by the rock.
They ran off, I'm pretty sure.
Roll me a D2. 1, they're at the Greymore Bend. 2, they ran off. 'Cause I
Okay.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
I thought I remembered us walking them to the bend, but
I
I
did
thought
too.
so too, but I can't remember. You know what? We'll just say
Uh,
they're there.
Okay.
We'll just say that you have 2 horses at the Greymore Bend as well.
So what's the plan with these horses here? I know
Well-
that they were for your people, Rogar, your silver shepherds. I don't really know if there's a way to get them back there.
We could always turn them into meat.
No, we're not killing horses for food.
Put
Well,
4 horses on one cart. It's faster.
Yeah, that's always a possibility.
But do any of us know how to hitch horses to a cart?
Well, it can't be that hard.
Good work, guys. We got Bravo.
I've had to do it many times for the shepherds.
Okay.
Okay, so what's your plan of mounting your 2 horses to the other horses to the cart?
Well, I assume they still, like, the harnesses they were in didn't get destroyed, did they? Or-
I mean,
yeah.
basically, what was attaching them to your cart was just destroyed. Yeah, they still have the bits of their, like, actual, saddle and, like, head pieces, but the ties that were connecting them to the cart were just snapped.
I guess a couple of us could ride them.
That's a possibility.
Wait, why would they have saddles if they were hitched to a cart?
Well, not saddles as much as they were also carrying some additional supplies, as well as what you would have had with the cart. Like, they would have been carrying their own, like, food sacks and stuff.
Mm.
So they would still have that, and best you could tell, making your way back to the Grimoire Bend with Corner Oswald's cart and horses. Frank's been kind of maintaining, like, making sure that they're eating. You notice their food's a little bit less, like they have some less oats and, bits of food within their sacks, which basically just kind of gives you the indication that he's been looking after him for you.
So, do two of us want to ride the horse? There's 4 horses. 2 of us could take a cart. 2 of us could be on horses.
That would work.
Alright, it's less work that we put on the 2 horses. Alright, so that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
What about-
Unless we want to head over to the blacksmith, see if he has a spare.
I highly doubt he'd have that, and if any case, say it's probably about like 12:31 right now, Phil.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 12:30 in the morning. Maybe closer to 1 on the travel back from the chapel.
Okay. Well, if any case, it is late. I'd rather not head out right now. If anything, we can figure out the plan in the morning.
Or
Right.
That works.
that just means we can get drinks tonight.
Nope, I'm not drinking. I'm going straight to bed.
Not drinking. Alrighty then.
Okay. So I assume you guys tie up the other 2 horses in the cart alongside the bend and make your way in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're greeted with the same familiar sight of the Greymore Bend. A little small, but kind of cozy little tavern, center bar area along the backside, middle of the room. And then off along the sides, you would find the hallway and the entrance towards your actual sleeping quarters. You walk in. Frank is the only person in the bar. Henriette following suit behind you and walking up to him, and he says, "Well, it's quite some news you gave us there."
Yup.
Well,
Aye.
I mean, your rooms are left, there. You're welcome to it for the night. Can't promise I'm gonna, have much here in the morning, but I could probably scrape up some things for you if you was looking for some food.
Alright, we appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys have a good night. And Frank is just noticeably like shaken and just not his normal kind of friendly, happy-go-lucky self. Kind of the panic that was set among the people, and the news that their high priest was actually a werewolf who was responsible for the deaths of people that the town were pretty close with. Kind of didn't seem to sit the best with him. So he's having a bit more of a somber evening and has more of a somber disposition than he normally does.
Well, Gardner's going to bed.
Yeah. I'll
That ruined my drinking mood.
I'll go in the same room as Rogar. I'll just sleep on the. Who was sleeping on the floor? Was I sleeping on the floor? Or were you sleeping on the floor?
It doesn't matter. I think. Are you going in my room or am I going in your room?
I was going into your room.
Okay, then. Yeah, I would probably be on the bed. Because I'd probably, it'd look weird with you changing the damn pillows and sleeping sideways like, oh, freak.
Facts.
I'll head to my room as well.
Yeah. Weren't we
Alright.
sharing rooms?
Yeah, the first night, Borgin and Grognak shared a room, but then you guys got in a fight.
The first night, we had a drinking contest, and I won, and I stumbled into the room.
And
Yeah,
I
Grognak
slept
passed
on
out.
the
Out of
He
the bar,
passed
yeah.
out. He passed out on the table, and I tried to lock the door, but didn't successfully lock the door.
Oh. That was the second night, my bad.
And then I woke up not hungover. It's great.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna walk into, I don't know, one of the rooms.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's 3 rooms. You guys can break it up however you want. So if Grognak and
I'll walk
Angrath
into
have their own
whichever one.
rooms, and Borgin
I'll walk.
and...
Yeah. My own room, yeah.
Alright, and then, yeah, Borgin and Rogar are just sharing a room for the night. Evening passes quite quietly. Full moon high overhead, sort of shining through some of the creaks and cracks of the Greymore Bend. But night comes for each of you pretty easily beyond the exhaustion of the fight and sort of just the drained feeling of the town. You wake to the sun rising the next morning.
Sorry.
All of you had the benefit of a long rest. And you wake up and get the scent of cooked meats and eggs kind of wafting throughout the bend as the scent creaks its way through the transition between the hallway into each of your rooms.
Well, I guess I will rush out there and find what's up with the food.
Okay. Yeah, you rush out. You see you see the sight of just Frank and Henriette sitting at a table, engaging in conversation. There's some food set out. And then there's a couple plates set out on the actual bar as well. Looks quite fresh. You can still see some of the smoke coming off of what looks to be scrambled eggs and some smoked salted meats.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just hi, Frank, and then point at the food like, these for us?
Yeah, go ahead and help yourself.
All right. I'm just gonna sit down and eat it.
Okay.
I would assume it's like 6:30 at the moment.
Yeah, we'd call it like 6:37 a.m.
I'd probably be the last one to wake up.
Well, Rogar got up at like 6, but he's been cleaning his armor, so he's probably gonna finish cleaning his armor for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll head out when I get my stuff packed up and head on out to the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Grab
And
some
eventually, yeah, Rogar, you'd finish cleaning your stuff and come on out. Borgin, you would wake up last and quickly gather your supplies and start to head out. Unless there's something specific you want to do, you don't have to like role play the whole eating breakfast deal. You can just, say your piece to Frank and Henriette, and then load up the cart and make your way.
Probably what's gonna happen.
That works.
All right. Well then, let us move.
Oh, and we're gonna check out the blacksmith and see if we could get something to hitch those horses together.
No, I don't think the blacksmith is gonna have anything there.
All right.
Yeah, the harness is a harness like that is pretty specifically made, so he wouldn't have it.
All right.
You're also specifically talking about what he had in his home because the blacksmith is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Although, I could
Ignore that. Oh,
make it.
please don't. Please go back to where I was. I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong thing.
Do what?
I almost moved the thing on accident.
All right, so you guys make your way, load up the carts, get ready to go, open up your travel map again, and start to take a look. You are not in Camp Nile. I would say you're probably... I think you guys made it to like right around there. Is what I'd call it. So I'd say, you're about a day and a half out from Wellspring Falls.
And when we first got these horses, it was me and Borgin that got the high rolls.
It was
or me
you and Grognak. And tell me the travel order. Who's going on with the carts and the horses? Who's taking the 2 horses by themselves?
I'll stay on the cart with Rogar.
I'd probably be riding the horse that I bonded with, because I got a high roll on one of my animal handling.
Okay.
Right. I guess I'll be on the cart.
I'll be on the cart as well then.
It might be a little heavy for a horse. No.
All right.
You know,
So
If you want, I'll ride a horse just to.
Yeah, I might be a bit heavy to be riding on a horse.
Okay, I'll ride a horse
Just me
then.
and Angrath will be on the cart.
Give me an acrobatics check, Borgin.
Oh, bud. Oh, why?
Can I help him
The
up?
horse in the
Yes, you
pony.
can help him and give him advantage.
Acrobatics.
All right. It takes a little work. You see the sight of Borgin like jumping and trying, and he does, and then he grabs hold of like part of the hair of the neck of the horse, and he starts
Oh,
the horse's
no.
neck jerk up, and it's making this uncomfortable noise. And quickly, Rogar comes up and like up from under your rear is like pushing you up, and eventually throws your leg over, and now you're sitting on the horse. Horse is a little disgruntled. Give me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Do I get bucked off the horse? I wouldn't be surprised.
Horse is not too friendly with you. He doesn't buck you off, but he's, as you start trotting along, making a lot of jeering and veering motions, mostly just because he's not pleased with you at the moment.
Can I give him a ration to make him happy?
Yeah, give him a ration, roll me an animal handling check.
Okay. This is great.
Oh, that works. Yeah, ration, water, and a little bit of time seem to help him out. So whoever's navigating, go ahead and give me your survival checks.
I probably would.
Rogar and I.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, do we
Rogar,
want to
you-
double time it so we can get the Wellspring Falls right away?
I don't think Rogar would be able to tell, because we're in a more forested area, so I don't think he'd be able to tell that we're just that close.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Should
you're
I
just
roll
taking
it?
normal pace?
Yeah, I think Rogar would just be going at normal pace. Unless they, like, fucking gassed it. Like, if Grognite decided to or something.
I mean, what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you trying to double time it to get there in just under, like, a day? Or are you just kind of going at a casual pace?
I'll go with casual pace.
Okay. All right, who's keeping lookout to roll perception checks?
I will.
And then who's looking for food along the way? Or you guys can just consume rations in your water skin if you'd like to do that as well.
I was doing food before. My
Okay.
survival's pretty high, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah. All right, perfect. You guys are traveling moderate pace. You end up making it to about there. You'll know that by the morning, or morning to late morning, early afternoon, you'll make it to Wellspring Falls. As you're traveling throughout the day, you do find some food, you do find some water, Angrath's able to get that. Borgin, you don't notice anything for a while, just until it's getting late in the day, and you start to hear the sound of flames and the sound of roars coming just slightly off the distance. Off in the distance, excuse me.
No, thank you.
Is it coming from the east?
It is relative to where you guys are.
So it's closer towards the Beartooth Pass then?
No, that would be the west.
I said,
closer to Wellspring
To
Falls.
the east.
Okay, you know what? I'm not good at...
Clearly.
Obviously.
From what I can see, does it can I see Wellspring Falls from where I'm at?
Way out in the distance.
Does it look like there's like smoke coming up from Wellspring Falls?
No, it looks like it's coming slightly from a forested area near you. You can hear the sound of what sounds like some form of beast or something just kind of yells. And then you hear a younger humanish male sound. And every so often a quick flash or a blare of fire and just some form of like force energy.
All right, we might as well go check it out and see if they need any help.
Well,
You're
wouldn't you
the
have to
only one that
point
saw
out
that.
First?
Oh man. Hey, if you look to the east, there's some flaming something over there.
What?
Should we all roll perception, see if we see it?
Yeah, good. Angreth, you can see and hear it. Grognak, you're able to hear it. You just don't kind of make anything out. Rogar, you're just more trying to keep the horse on track, make sure everything's good. You kind of really didn't pay much attention when Borgin was first speaking, and you just kind of look off in a general direction.
Well, I'm gonna look to Borgin. Oh, I'll follow you.
Alright. Rogar. I'm not sure if you saw or not, but there's something to the east that I'm gonna head out and check out.
Lead the way.
Alright. So I'll start walking that direction.
Okay. You start walking that direction. Quickly, you come upon the sight of some large beasts, a couple goblins, and then this human who's in the process of casting a spell. And I need all of you to roll me some initiative. And that will include Aslor. And Aslor, can you describe what the players see when they walk up and see you in this forest?
Can't believe I rolled a good initiative for once.
Jordan,
Make sure you click on your token before you roll initiative
can't.
as well.
we can't.
Oh, shit, sorry, let me move you over.
That's why I just created myself a token.
Sorry, all right.
Yeah, I had. So let me redo that.
Want us to roll another one then? We're gonna have
Yeah,
to,
go
right?
ahead.
Yeah, that's still decent.
Oh, I got a 9. It looks like. Holy Jesus Christ,
Click.
Phil! Why would you ever put us against those?
What are they?
Don't worry. That's up to him to tell us. I know
You
what
can give me a nature or a survival. Give me a nature check. See if you can work out what they are.
Jordan, now's the time where you probably should unmute yourself.
Sure.
So
Okay.
where the
Oh,
where the
wow.
initiative is on your character sheet. It's gonna say between armor class and speed. It'll say initiative.
meta. These things are annoying. Not meta. I have no clue what they are.
Oh, I see it. Okay, okay.
My rolls have been crazy so far.
So you're gonna click on your character, and then you're gonna click initiative. So your the token that says Azalor pointer, you're gonna click on it.
And then click
And then-
initiative.
Yep.
Yep.
Ruger, which was your first initiative? The
The
19 or
19.
10? Okay.
It's totally a 19. Definitely totally 19.
Wait, was it actually or was it the 10?
No, it was the 10.
All right.
I did the 10 on the screen before you pulled us over.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, that was your fault for telling us to roll initiative before it was on the screen. I should give it 19.
Yeah, no.
It's worth the shot.
Fun,
You
though.
tried.
Okay, well, Grognax would be an 8 then.
Yep, it would be an 8.
Okay.
Mine would be an 18 actually. That was my first roll.
Yep.
All right.
So you should have just left it instead of having to move everyone.
Well, the problem is I had multiple on there now, so. All right, I think we're good. So you come upon the scene. Aslor, can you tell us what we're looking at? What do we see when we see your character?
You see two big creatures, look like bears, or goblin-looking.
No.
creatures.
You yourself
You,
personally.
what you
What
look
does
like.
Aslor look like when the rest of these
What do I look
people
like?
start
Okay.
running up towards you? What do they see? Like in your character, what do you look like?
A tall human figure mage, with fire red hair, eyes.
Oh Jesus!
Right. So yes, you see this this taller human mage whirling up a spell. You see it go off. Goblin kind of quickly moves to the side and rebounds and fires back. It's actually going to run and shoot with his short bow. What is your AC, Aslor? Your armor class on your character sheet?
10.
Okay, that is a hit. And he's going to deal 6 piercing damage as he lines up his bow and shoots at you and hits you. Let me roll some for these guys. Yes, and yeah. All right, so the rest of them start to notice you, immediately run up. Goblin will end his turn. Angrath, you're the first of the 4 to react to what's going on. You see this human kind of doing his best, but seeming a little overwhelmed by these goblins and these other large beasts kind of coming up. By the way, on your nature check, Angrath, you know exactly what these are. You've obviously encountered goblins before, but you know the large beasts to be ogres.
Ogres, okay. Can I equip my shield now and my sword instead of my axe?
Yeah, you can have your shield up in one hand and a sword in the other hand.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move. Let's see. Which movement do I got? Oh, they're fairly close. Alright. I think that was 35. Did I go too far?
That looks fine.
Yeah,
You have
right
one more
30.
if you want to go.
One more. Yeah.
He was right here.
Oh, all right.
Did I go too
you-
far?
He was
No,
directly,
you're fine. You're fine.
No, you're perfect. He was directly above me.
Okay.
So
I'm going to cast... I gotta see. Oops, I gotta get to my powers. Hold on here. Check one more thing. Okay. Well, I'm out of practice.
That's all right.
I clicked out of my character sheet. All right. I want to cast. Where's that at? Oh, that's a cantrip. All right, I'll do that. What's the range of that thing? 60 feet.
You're well within range.
Yep. So I'm gonna cast. Wow.
I will say though, at the moment you're kind of in the sight. You're like directly behind a tree right now. So right here
Oh, I am.
is like
okay.
a 10-foot tree trunk. But if you were to move, for example, like to here, I'll give you 5 of your movement back to go right there. You'd have line of sight on everybody except this goblin here.
Okay, that'll work. Let me do that. I can take a. I didn't realize it was here. All right. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the top big ogre
Okay.
guy.
Change your spell casting modifier as well.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, just make
To,
sure you're on the right
charisma.
class.
What did I need for that one? Charisma?
If that's one of your
Charisma.
sorcerer spells, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That was the right one. Yeah, it is.
That's a hit with a 23. Go ahead and roll the damage. For 7 points of damage. So, you see Angrath kind of move around in Aslor as you're kind of in the mix with these goblins and these ogres. You kind of turn your head and see here first, and then see these group of different humanoids running up on you, and this one large red. How tall are you, Angrath? Like 8 feet, 9 feet?
7, I think, somewhere over.
All right, a taller, just beast with red wings coming off of his back, come forward, and all of a sudden just throw his arm out and hurl his beam of ice frost that you've seen many times before at Mistra's Academy, where you yourself learned skills. You're very familiar with what he's casting right now, and you just see it blast across in front of the ogre directly in front of you. Are you also casting Shield of Faith, Angrath?
That's what I was just looking at it. Yeah, I want to do that.
Who are you casting that on?
On the stranger.
Okay.
Strange.
I'll call him the stranger for now.
That's all right. So the stranger, Jordan, you now have a +2 to your armor class, as long as Angrath keeps his spell up. What does Shield of Faith look like when you cast it, Angrath?
What's that one? I think it's just all both my hands. I put both my hands out, and I get like a light that comes out. And it's like a little shield that kind of goes over him a little bit, like a little bubble kind of thing.
Yeah, so you put your hands together and this ray of light kind of bursts forth, and Aslor, all of a sudden you see around you this shimmery kind of light just start to encompass, and you feel your resolve strengthen. You kind of feel a little more... you feel as if you've been bolstered in some way. And you now have for at least up to 10 minutes, Angrath is concentrating on it, a +2 to your armor class. That'll end your turn. It's the other goblin's turn now, who's going to move up to here and take a shot over at Angrath. That is a natural 20. So for 18, what is it, +2 or 4? 19, 20, 21, 22 points of damage.
Oh god, Sean.
What?
Gosh.
No, wait. Hold on.
points of
No, I'm
damage?
sorry. That's a lie. It's actually 14 points of damage. I lied.
That's
Sorry.
exactly what I have.
Oh, you're knocked out? You're KO'd?
Yep, I'm KO'd already.
All right.
Oh.
So that nice here we'll put this on you for the moment. Aslor, as soon as that shield comes up around on you, you see this goblin move right up next to you, fire off a short bow at that demon who looked like he was helping you for a moment, and all of a sudden you see him fall back. He's unconscious, lying on the ground, bleeding out, and all of a sudden that shield quickly dissipates. That's the end of his turn. Borgin, it's your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna see Angrath go down. I'm gonna run up to there for 25 feet, and then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on
Cure Wounds
Angrath.
is a touching spell, so you have to be
Is it?
another 5 feet over. Yep.
Oh, I can't move any closer without. All right.
Do you not have any ranged healing? Feels bad.
I don't have. I'm just gonna move up here, kind of like try to block. Then I'm gonna taunt. I'm gonna look at the gun, and be like, "Oi, pick on someone your own size." That's funny, right?
So
there.
you're using your
That's
dash
funny right
action to get up these next the next 10 feet?
there. Yeah, next couple feet.
Okay. Just for the hell of it, roll me an intimidation check.
Not an intimidation. I'm just trying to taunt him to try to attack me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that'll end your turn then. Rogar, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move to right here.
You're gonna dash up to there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be it.
All right. This ogre's turn. He's what's his speed? 30, I think. 40. All right. Okay. He's gonna run up to you, Rogar. And he's got a giant
19.
club in his hand. You're holding your shield up, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's got this giant club in his hand, and he's gonna take a swing at you, and that is a miss. That'll end his turn. Grognak, your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna dash up next to Rogar,
Okay.
but right there. Actually, no. There.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
your
good.
turn.
Yep, that'll end my turn.
Aslor, your turn for your first round in combat. What do you want to do?
Move.
If you move, this
Well, hang
goblin
on.
will be able to hit you.
I'll walk him through it.
Okay.
So what would you like to do first?
To Borgin and Angrath and cast shield around them.
Okay. So and you can like click and drag your character if you wanted. Before
okay.
you do that, just two quick things. So you're within the threat range, or a 5-foot range of a non-friendly creature. So like you're here, and then right in melee range is another enemy. If you move, they get what's called an opportunity attack. basically meaning that they get the opportunity to take a swing at you while you're running, because you're leaving their threat range. As well, Shield is a reaction spell for you. So let's say, for example, this goblin right in front of you takes his scimitar and wants to swing it down and strike you, and he's going to hit. As a reaction, you can use your spell slot to cast Shield, which will give you a temporary, like for that one round, a +5 to your armor class to block it. You can't exactly use it to like defend other people. It's more just yourself as a quick reaction to you being someone swinging a weapon at you.
Bad.
No, it's all right.
So what you could do?
Still move though because
You
you're
could
a special
move.
character.
You could move there, and then take the disengage action.
He doesn't
And
have to
then move up over
disengage
here.
because he's not leaving his threat range doing that. He's staying
But
there
if he
the whole
wants,
time.
if he wants to move over like here, he'd have to. If you want to move over towards
Oh
us,
yeah, if he wants to go towards
you have to
you,
disengage.
you can use your action instead of casting a spell to disengage, which basically means like, all right, you're leaving the threat range of a creature, but you're defending yourself while you're doing it to like parry off any attacks and
Right.
get out of there.
I'm gonna disengage. Then.
Okay, so you're gonna disengage and you can move up to 30 feet. Each square represents 5 feet of movement.
Go right there, right in that corner.
Yeah, put me there.
Okay.
You have to be. You have to move yourself.
Yeah, you can drag and drop your character.
No.
There you go. Learning. And I don't think you get any bonus actions as a wizard. I might be wrong. Let me see.
Probably not.
I don't think so, but I just want to check really quick for him.
Oh, he's probably not at level 4 yet.
He's a level 4 character, yeah.
Yeah, no, I said probably not at
You
least.
mean level 27, 68, 92 over 9,000?
Mm,
You guys are absolutely no help, by the way.
yeah.
We're level 4,
Yeah,
Corey.
Corey, we're all level 4.
Okay,
no,
I
you
was
don't have
just
any
making
bonus
sure
actions, though.
because XP could be gotten once the lowest number around, you know.
Yeah. So that'll end your turn. You disengage, you move over to Borgin and Angrath. It is this ogre's turn. What can he do? This guy's going to pull out a javelin that he's got on his back.
Oh,
and he's going to move up to here. And what's the distance here?
Oh yes.
That's
Oh,
moving
that's
range.
19.
That one's not making it. Hang on. Where did he just go? Yeah, no, that's not going to work. He's going to, yeah, pull a javelin. He's going to throw it at Rogar.
19.
That is a miss. As javelin sails past, lands somewhere over, like, here and sticks into the tree. This goblin's turn. He's going to take a shot at Borgin.
Yeah, the taunt worked. Yeah.
What's your AC?
19.
Makes it, breaks it.
Alright,
As it deals 5 piercing damage to you.
And then, do we still have the temporary hit points from Angrath's aid?
No, that is well gone.
That's gone? Okay.
Bye-bye.
That drops me
So I'm
down
back to
to
62.
42.
Oh, right, I have the most health here, don't I?
No,
Yeah.
you took 5 piercing damage. That drops you down to 38.
I have 47 hit points.
Yeah, but me and Morgan have higher ACs. We're less likely to take damage.
This is true.
All right.
I have a max of 47
I
hit
thought
points.
you had 43, but that's fine. All right, so that'll end that goblin's turn. Angrath, please start your turn by giving me a death saving throw. For perspective for Jordan, playing 5th edition now, if you lose all of your hit points, you don't outright die, you're knocked unconscious. An outright death would be if you take enough damage to clear all of your current hit point, or all of your hit point maximum, and then double that. So for example, you've got 26 hit points. So if you took 52 points of damage at once, you would just be outright killed. Or the alternative is when you get dropped down to 0 hit points, you're knocked out unconscious. And you get 3 rounds to try and stabilize yourself and stay alive. You make a roll what's called a death save. Anything 10 or higher is a success. Anything below 10 is a fail. If you roll a natural 20, you immediately are stabilized with 1 hit point. If you roll a natural 1, it counts as 2 failures. So on your character sheet, you see like the death save box, and then there's little check boxes there that say success and fail. That's where you can keep track of some of those things. That is a success on Angrath's part, so check 1 success for yourself. And that ends your turn. This goblin's turn is going to shoot at Borgin again. That is a natural 19. And deals 4 piercing damage.
So that drops me to 38.
Yep. That will end his turn. Borgin, how do you want to react?
Oh, not 28, 38. I'm gonna cast my Lay on Hands
Okay.
on Angrath. I'm gonna heal him for however many hit points he has till
Now
he gets
remind
back
me,
up.
that's, what is it? 3
Uh,
times your level, right?
yeah, I just put it in there. It's the pool that can restore a number equal
Yeah, alright, so it's
paladin
20.
level 35.
Yeah, you completely heal Angrath. Angrath is no longer unconscious. You see all of his wounds kind of cure over himself.
And then I still have
and you still have
6 left,
6
right?
hit points remaining, yes.
And
in your
then
little pool. That's your
this
action
must-
now.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Can I run up there and hit somebody for 25 feet? I can.
You can hit with a bonus action.
I can just run up there.
You can run up into the threat range, yeah.
That way, if they try to leave.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast the Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus action.
Okay. And that's one of your first level spells, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And I have a 21 AC now.
Use that as well. Yep. Alright, that'll end your turn. Rogar, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hit it.
That is a hit. Roll of damage.
One-handed?
Yep. So 6. Alright,
That's all I'm
anything
gonna
else?
do. Nope.
Alright. Well, he's going to retaliate and try and hit you with his club. That is a miss. Grognak, your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna swing at it with my Great Axe.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna swing at it with my Dagger of Venom.
Do you activate the Dagger of Venom or no?
Yes.
That's a hit. Roll of damage.
It's a hit? Nice.
Dealing 8 piercing and 7 poison damage.
And as a bonus action, I am going to Rage.
The bonus action was activating the dagger, wasn't it?
What's it?
It was, yeah, for this round.
Never mind then.
So...
Why is it the Dagger of Venom only does more damage when it hits a friendly target?
I don't know.
Oh, we're just gonna hit Donovan,
So-
aka Borgin, for 23 points of poison damage. Yeah, I'm down.
So Rogar, you see him pull this dagger that he got very early on in your grouping out of the caves from the shadow range, and you see him kind of wave his hand over it, and all of a sudden it just starts dripping this like blackish green fluid along the fuller of the blade. Starts to pour and then almost seeps and wraps itself around the actual edge of the blade as well. And as he stabs it into this ogre, he pulls it out, and you can see this mix of blood and fluid and weird-looking, liquid coming off of the dagger. All of a sudden, start to like infect the wound almost immediately around this this ogre. As the ogre kind of takes a step back and puts his hand on it and kind of looks, and you can see his body kind of contort and twist a little bit. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and that is a natural 1. The ogre is now poisoned. I assume that ends Grognak's turn, though, yeah?
Yeah, give me 1 second to see how long. Oh shit. It was not 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
He's instantly dead.
Poisoned for 1 minute. Got it. But yeah, that ends my turn. I just wanted to see how long it lasted.
Okay. Aslor, your turn. What do you want to do? You are standing next to Angrath, who you just saw Borgin heal. Angrath wakes up, all of his wounds completely healed over. Something like what you've seen the clerics from Wellspring Falls do before. Still have all the same ogres and goblins up that you were previously encountering before they came along. What do you want to do on your turn? You're also muted, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know that because I was talking. I'm going to attack the sitting next to.
Yeah. The one to the left or to the right?
Well, so you've got clear line of sight on the one on the left. The one on the right is
I
kind of
can't see the one on the
obscured
right because
vision
of the
from the
tree.
tree. Yeah. You
I'm
can
line of
move
sight.
freely though. You're not in threat range of any other enemy.
Yeah, that about that. I tell you what. Just put me in line of sight right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack the one on the right then.
Okay. And what are you using to attack?
I'm just gonna use firebolt.
Okay.
What did he say?
Click on
Cast
firebolt. For roll.
Yeah, just click on Firebolt.
Yeah, you just click the word, and it'll do it. That is a hit on a 17. So on the word Firebolt in the little chat there, you can click that, and that will roll your damage for you.
Wow.
And you deal 1 point of fire damage.
Good
Feels
job.
bad, man.
Don't worry.
God.
We all get shitty rolls.
At least you didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, at least you didn't almost kill the team.
Hey man, this is
entire
the
team
first.
in
This is the
combat.
first time I've ever used the dagger and it hasn't hit a teammate.
Or
I think one time I actually killed Donovan.
yeah, the first time we came out of the shadow range, we used it to try to hit Zane, hit me, killed me with just poison damage.
It did like 23 poison damage.
23 poison damage and 7 piercing.
All right,
No,
so
wait, it did 18 poison damage. My bad.
that will end Aslor's turn, as this ogre is gonna step up
Shit.
and throw one of his javelins at Aslor. That is a hit on a natural 14. It's going to deal. What does it deal?
I think your javelin's a
2d6 plus 4.
Oh, are their javelins different from my javelins then?
Yep. And it's going to
Okay.
deal
Makes
10
sense.
points of piercing damage to Aslor. Now, I will say, Aslor, you don't have to do it, but each turn you're entitled to a reaction, or each round, rather. You know the spell Shield, which I believe is a 2nd level spell. He rolled with his modifier an 18, but he rolled a natural 14. So, for example, if it happens to be lower, you can always use Shield to increase your armor class temporarily. It won't help you here as you take 10 points of piercing damage. So you can remove 10 from your current hit points. But in the future, always remember that you do have Shield as a reaction as long as you have the spell slot to use it. And that will end his turn. So now it's the Goblin's turn. He's gonna take a stab at Borgin, who has, what, 21 AC
Yep.
right now? And it is... Plus 2 is not a hit. As you see him take out his sword and go to slash across you and misses. Angrath, you're back up. You're alive. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. I'm gonna hop up and fly this time.
Okay.
So I'm up in there, like, hour high, 15 feet up or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Aid.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Whoops, wrong button.
So it's within a 30-foot range,
Yeah.
which will hit. That'll get everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So each of you temporarily have 5
I think it's
hit points. You
3
have 5
people,
temporary
right?
hit points. Oh, I'm sorry. Up to 3 people. So yeah, I guess you have to pick the 3 people you want to bolster.
Yeah, I think I'll do everybody but Oregon right now.
Now do everybody with me. I have the highest health. I don't need it.
Yeah, okay, I'll do everybody.
I have the highest AC though, Corey.
That's what I was thinking of. Was AC.
I'm harder to hit right now. You need it more than I do.
I mean,
All right. So you're gonna pick Aslor, Rogar, and Grognak then.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick.
Don't add
then-
it to your maximums. Just know that you have 5 additional hit points. The 3 of you.
You can add it
And
to the temporary hit points right below current
yeah,
hit
okay.
points.
So add it.
That's what I do.
Add
That's what I
plus
did.
5 to your temporary hit points, and when you take damage, you remove the temporary hit points before you remove your actual hit points.
And then I also, for bonus action,
Mhm.
I want to do healing wounds.
Can you? That's another spell. I don't think you can cast 2 spells in the same turn.
That is another spell. You cannot cast 2 spells in the
Oh,
same
you
turn.
can't do. Okay, so I don't
No.
have a bonus. I don't have my whip, so I got my shield.
Okay.
So that'll be okay.
All right. This goblin is going to take a swing at Borgin, because why the hell not? That's a miss. Borgin, your turn.
I'm just gonna chuckle and be like, all right, now the real fun begins, goblins. And I'm
who
gonna
you
attack
hitting?
the one on my right,
Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
one-handed.
And yeah, that is a hit. How do you kill him?
As I say that, I'm gonna be like, all right, you know what's about to happen. I'm just gonna pull it, and as I'm pulling it from the sheath, I'm just gonna cut him as I pull it, cut him in half.
Yeah, and what you see is when he unsheaths this blade, even though it's, oh yeah, it's kind of dusk at this point. It's not quite, night hasn't quite fallen, but it's getting there. You're gonna lose light in probably 30 minutes or so. You see him pull this sword, and it illuminates light for like 15 feet around the area, so you can just kind of see Borgin, a little dark, but the silhouette of his body now being illuminated by this sword. He just thrusts it. You see the sword disappear momentarily and shine out the other side of this goblin as he pulls it back, and the goblin falls over and is dead. Do you do anything else on your turn?
No.
Carnage, destruction, death.
Rogar, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna aim for this ogre. Another swing of my warhammer.
The one right here, or the one that's poisoned?
The northern one. The
Okay.
northern one.
You swing, and as you go and swing forward, he kind of takes a quick hop back, and you bury your warhammer into the ground.
Oh, it's a fucking mess.
You do
That's
anything
all I'll
else?
do.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Alright, so this ogre is going to go after Grognak, and he has disadvantage because he's poisoned. It's still, with his club is what? Plus 6 to attack. It's a 19. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits. I have a 15 for AC.
Okay.
Does poison just give you disadvantage?
Yep.
Poison deals damage every turn.
No, not in 5e. The
No?
condition of poisoned is creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. There is lasting poisons, but that doesn't exactly apply to your Dagger of Venom. It's just
Gotcha.
adding the poison into their system, but it's not something that's going to continually hurt them. It just gives them the poisoned condition.
Okay. How
All
much
right.
damage am I taking?
You are going to take, what is it? 2. Okay. 1 and 2. 13, 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
And that will end his turn. You are able to react as it's your turn.
Well, I am gonna take my action to switch my weapon to my great axe, and then I'll bonus action rage.
Okay. You have entered rage.
Right,
Aslor,
it's my turn.
your turn. What do you want to do?
I I'm going to attack.
All right, who are you targeting?
Orion's left, or the
Okay.
one right in front of me. I hit it with just a regular firebolt again.
Jesus Christ.
Do you
That's a
not
hit.
have magic missile?
Play area.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
I could have won, yeah.
And you roll on a 1d10, a natural 1.
I'll just roll a
Twice in
13
a
when
row.
I attack it.
Wait, do you not have magic missile, Jordan?
I do.
You do?
He does. I don't think it's a cantrip, though, is it?
No,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
a
it's a
spell slot.
cantrip. No?
Magic missile is a spell
It's a
slot.
cantrip for some classes and creatures, but for a wizard,
thought-
it's a spell
ooh.
slot.
Isn't Firebolt a...
Firebolt's a cantrip.
Firebolt's a cantrip. Oh, I didn't know that for wizards.
Fireball is an actual spell for wizards.
Right.
Alright.
People get
I'll
those two confused.
End your turn. It's the ogre here. He's gonna take another step up to here, and he's gonna take his club and swing at Angrath.
Fat rip.
Who is 15 feet in the air?
Can he hit me?
The ogre's tall enough.
The ogre is.
Okay,
Tall
let's-
enough?
let's
Ogre's
see,
just
let me
tall.
see. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, he's a large creature. He can hit you.
Okay.
Large creatures stand anywhere between like 10 to 15
Any-
feet, am I right?
Anywhere between 10 to 20 feet.
10 to 20
Yeah.
feet? Okay.
Yeah, he's 10 feet tall, this guy. His reach is 5 feet with his club.
Perfect.
That's a hit. Yeah, and he rolls a 18 to hit. Do you have any bullshit, or does that hit?
But it's
I'm at 18. I don't think I did anything to buff myself.
No.
Okay, so
I
then
should have. I
That's
should have
a
chose me.
that's not bad. 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And that will end his turn. It's the goblin's turn now. No, that goblin's dead. Angrath, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh gosh.
You know it, Dad. I have a
What?
feeling you know what you should use. I'm not gonna tell you, but I know what you should use.
So I took 9 damage.
yeah.
I'm down to 5. Oh, that's terrible.
Bunch of...
We talk about the spell all the time.
I don't know.
It's literally the most powerful spell you have.
Ah.
Hey Don, shut the
Hmm.
fuck up.
Oh,
Well-
I agree
let
with
him
Mike
help.
on this one.
It's fine.
I don't know. This What?
I'm fine with it this one. Yeah, if you want to use Toll the Dead, go ahead and do it. He's
No,
been
I wasn't
damaged.
thinking Toll the Dead. I was thinking inflict wounds because that's more.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
that's
is
the-
his, and you are within. Yeah,
It's a
you're
melee
within reach
range.
of him.
Yeah. Well, that or I give myself aid and
Do you mean Shield of Faith?
yeah, that. If I could smack him, shield the face is a.
It's plus 2 days. See.
hmm
Gosh, I just don't know how much damage these guys got. Do
A lot.
How many
He's
wounds
no,
is
he's
that?
looking pretty healthy right now. He's
Pretty
not been
healthy.
hit much relative
Yeah.
to the other one that's poisoned at the moment.
I'd have to hit really good to kill him with that, and then he will kill me next turn. So I think I'm just gonna do.
Now, if you use a cantrip, you can use Shield of Faith as your bonus action to give yourself the +2 to your AC, and you can still use a cantrip as your regular action, or your sword, or whatever you want to do.
I forgot you
so-
could do that.
So cantrip doesn't count.
Cantrip
as,
is not considered a cast spell. A spell that is
Oh,
a
okay.
certain level, like a level 1 or level 2, for example,
Okay.
that consumes a spell slot. You can't cast 2 spells in the same turn, but you can cast a cantrip in a spell.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So
Then-
for like an example,
well, Toll of the Dead is what I want to cast.
yeah, you could do Toll the Dead and Shield of
Because he's
Faith.
got to make a test he probably will not pass, hopefully. I'm sure he's not very smart. So anyway, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Is there different levels of it or something?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, yeah.
Okay, it's asking me what level. That's what. Okay. Oops.
It's fine. Roll me a. He's taking damage. Roll me a 1d12.
1d12?
I'll fix that for you really quick. I assume you added that manually, right?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, I'll fix it for you. It's fine.
Whoops. It was 10 the first time. I had it twice. by
Yeah,
accident.
I see it. So he takes 10 points of damage, yeah. Output
then I
his
do
attack,
want-
and it's 1d12 necrotic or 1d8 necrotic. Alright, it will come out as an actual attack now.
Okay, and then Shield of Faith.
Okay, and then you cast Shield of Faith on yourself.
Yep, I'm with that.
Yeah, no,
Oh, I guess
you can blame the Toll the Dead on me because I was helping him with that one. That's my fault.
Well, he's
No,
got
that's
to make a test, right? Then he takes. It's a Wisdom saving throw or something, right?
Yeah. Must pass the Wisdom saving throw or take damage.
Yeah, take 12.
Yeah, what's
or
your
something.
spell save DC?
Spell save?
What's your Wisdom?
It's on your spells level, or on your spells sheet. It's in the middle box.
Spell save. Oh, spell save DC is
Yep.
11.
Yeah, he doesn't make it. It's a 5.
Okay.
So he takes, 10 points of necrotic damage. And I assume that ends your turn after the Shield of Faith?
Yeah, I have nothing else I can do.
Alright. Goblin's turn. It's gonna shoot at Aslor. That is a natural 1. So you see him line up his short bow, Aslor, and he pulls an arrow, knocks it to the bow. And as he lets go, his arm kind of wobbles and shakes slightly, and he ends up shooting it into the back of the ogre that's right in front of you and Angrath, and is going to deal 6 points of piercing damage to the
I feel like we should
ogre in
change
front
it
of you.
to where I'd like push the goblin because that'd make more
Nope.
sense since I'm
Too
sitting
late.
right next to him. Fair. I mean, whatever works.
All right,
I like
yeah.
it.
You see Borgin kind of move and shove the goblin as he's getting ready to make his next attack, and the goblin's bow moves over, and then he shoots the ogre directly in front of you and Angrath in the back,
Yeah.
dealing 6 points of damage. He's looking a little rougher now that he's now that you've seen Angrath cast this Toll the Dead, this black, wispy, necrotic energy coming out from his hand and leeching into the ogre, and then now he's getting shot in the back. He's looking a little rougher. Borgin, your turn though.
I'm going to attack the other goblin.
Okay. You mean the only one alive?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hit. How do you kill him?
Oh. So I'm gonna like cut his head off, like come up from beneath, and then as I'm halfway through, come back down and cut his head off.
And just like that, you chop once, come back, swing back around, and clear his head from his body. You do anything else with your turn?
I am going to run up here, and I'm just gonna kick the ogre to get his attention on me.
Okay. Yeah, you kick the ogre. That's the end of your turn. Borgin, what are you doing with your or Rogar? Sorry, what are you doing with your turn? Your kick does nothing, but
I'm gonna hit the one he just kicked. No, I'm not. Never mind, I'm bad. Fuck it. I'm gonna action surge. Try it again.
okay.
There we go.
That is a hit, and you're hitting the one directly above
Oh.
you or the one in front of you.
Yeah. I'm in the one above me, so it's 9 piercing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... Hang on. How did I not write this down? I'm rolling a superiority die. I don't remember what the die. I think it's 1d8.
Yep.
Yep, so...
And it's a 1d8 on the. What are you using your superiority die on?
I'm doing sweeping attack to
Okay.
hit the other ogre. So it's 6 damage on the other ogre.
Okay.
And that's piercing as well.
You have to roll to hit on that one too, don't you? Or does it
Nope.
follow the same one?
Nope, it
Sweeping
takes the same roll. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target and within reach. If the original attack would hit the second target, the second
Okay,
creature,
that's
it takes damage equal to the number rolled on a superiority die.
Yeah.
Damage type is same as original attack.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you you hurl your warhammer on the action surge once into the ogre and sweep it back and slam the back the piercing end of your warhammer into the other ogre. Do you do anything else with your turn? Actually, I think that's your bonus
That's
action
all I
as
can
well.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's this ogre's turn. He didn't like that, so he's gonna take a shot at you with disadvantage because he's poisoned.
19.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. That'll end his turn. Grognak, your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna use my action to frenzy,
Okay.
and that'll end my turn.
You can do a melee attack as a bonus action now that you're frenzied.
I thought we established I couldn't do that until the next turn.
No, you're using your action this turn to frenzy, so you can use your bonus action to make a melee attack.
Then I will hit it with my silver-lined great axe.
And that is a hit. Roll the damage. Which one you hitting? Yeah, the one right next to you, yeah?
The one right in front of me.
Yeah.
The only one you can reach.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plus 2 for
yeah,
rage.
the bonus, yep. Yeah, he's looking pretty rough. Where before, it kind of seems like, especially where that wound with the infection starts to kind of keep getting worse, and it's making him stagger a little more. He's not able to like swing his club with as much proficiency as he had, and you guys are just kind of slicing him up and down, not looking like he's standing as much of a chance as he did before with you guys. I assume that ends your turn.
Yep.
Aslord, is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna cast magic missile on the ogre in front of how you say that name? Angrath.
Okay.
And magic missile automatically hits.
Yep. And you deal 9 force damage as you see Aslor put both of his hands up and just kind of like thrusts each of his hands forward like back and forth in succession until you see these 3 light beams or these balls of light kind of burst forth from his hands and wrap around almost like Gundam style and hit right into the ogre directly in front of Angrath and deal 9 damage. I assume that ends your turn. Do you stay where you're at, or do you want to move at all?
Actually, I do want to move on. There, and then I'm done.
All right, it is that ogre's turn. Who's going to take a hit at Angrath? 16, is that hit? No, because you got your shield and shield of faith. That's a miss.
Yeah.
Angrath, your turn.
Alright, so I'm done messing with this guy. I'm gonna nail him. I'm gonna do inflict wounds on him.
Okay. That is a hit. Holy shit.
Good night.
Is that a cantrip? Yeah? No, that's a spell. Yeah,
That's a
that's a
spell.
spell, totally.
Did you cast that at first level or second level?
First.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wounds.
I think first is actually.
Yeah, that's insane. It does 3d10 necrotic damage.
I'm done.
How do you kill him?
It's just that,
tell me.
it's just that my hand turns black and just, he starts turning black right at the top of his head where I touched him, and he just turns black all the way to the, started his head all the way down to his feet.
He just withers away, I guess.
Yeah, you literally just suck the life out of him. So you see Angrath just place his hand on the ogre's giant head, but almost seems normal to the rest of you because they're such both large creatures. And slowly you start seeing from his head, his skin starts to go gray, starts to lose the color, he starts to blacken and stiffen, and you start to see literally his body stiffen against itself and start to shrivel until all the color is just gone. And finally, when Angrath releases his hand, the ogre falls backward and is dead. You have a bonus action still if you want to do anything.
I don't think I have any. No, that's it. That's about all I can do. That's all I want to do, I guess.
Okay. Goblin's dead. Borgin, your turn.
Run up here and swing at this ogre.
That's a hit. Roll damage. For 6 damage.
And I'm gonna cast Thunder Smite because we looked at the rules, and I can cast it like this.
Okay.
for an extra 3
Deals
damage.
an extra 3. He's looking rough, guys. He's
And
not-
then you have to roll the strength save.
Oh,
That's
or
gonna make
he
it.
gets pushed back 10 feet, right?
Yeah, push back 10 feet and knocked prone.
Yeah, this guy's not gonna make it. Because it's strength with disadvantage. What's his shit, though? He's pretty strong, actually. Oh, he might make it. Let's see. What's the DC?
12.
It's a success with the 14.
Okay.
Had he not had disadvantage, it would have been a 20. So nothing happens then, right? He just stays where he's at?
Nah. Yeah.
Rogar, what are you doing? This guy's looking fucked up. He's looking rough. All of a sudden, you just see this moon blade, this beautifully crafted, shimmering, almost like Sting from Lord of the Rings, blade pierce into him and come back out. You can see the light disappear for a moment and then reappear as Borgin recoils his arm. And then as soon as it recoils, you see the strike of lightning bolt just burst straight down from a clear sky up above, directly into the head of this ogre. As he starts to stumble back, he's able to steel himself. He puts his club to the ground to make sure he's standing up straight still, and he's just all sorts of fucked up.
Gonna try and hit him.
That's a hit. Roll the damage.
One-handed.
Yeah, how do you kill him?
So I kneecap him with the blunt end, and I bring it around and overhead spike him in the top of the head.
And just like that, overhead spike into the top of the head, and he falls dead. Aslor, congratulations. You've successfully survived your first round of combat in Dungeons and Dragons. Our Dungeons and Dragons game, anyway.
I want
Without
to.
the help of these
I'm gonna. Grognek's gonna look over to Angrath. If you ever have to kill me, do not do it like that.
Well, so far I have no reason to.
Good. Keep it that way. Sorry for interrupting. I just had to put that out there.
I liked it. No, I mean, that's the end of combat. You guys do whatever you want to do.
So, quick question: if we had just all went to sleep, would Aslor just would have died?
Aslor went fighting all this shit by himself. Whether he died or not would have been
That would
up
have
to
been
him,
so
I
fucked
guess.
up.
Up to his rolls, that would have been bad.
That would have been hilarious.
Like, he's a squishy in the midst of non-squishy opponents.
Facts.
If you didn't know, mages are fucking squishy.
Totally just gonna go over and loot the body.
I'm looting this ogre right in front of me.
Give me investigation checks. Yeah, you guys can move yourselves to loot whatever you want.
What a loot
No,
the
that's-
other one.
I'll loot said ogre.
Can I intimidate the corpse to make it show me its loot?
Because it was a better roll, huh?
No, because I misclicked.
No, you cannot. Grognek, you're looking at the ogre right in front of you.
Mhm.
You find a small coin purse with 15 gold pieces.
Woo!
Rogar, you find 5 copper pieces and 12 silver pieces. Angrath, the goblin you're in front of just has nothing on him. And Borgin, you find a small coin purse with 5 gold pieces and 2 silver.
Alright.
What kind of weapon were these things using? Weapons.
Oh, they just had a giant great club. The one, you're talking about the ogres, right?
Not the goblins.
Oh, the goblins have scimitars and short bows.
I'm gonna pick up a scimitar.
Okay, how many weapons, or what weapons are you carrying right now?
Just my warhammer
Oh,
and a light crossbow.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and then for the record, just the ogres have great clubs, like these giant wooden, like think of like a ogre club that's kind of barreled at the end, and then the one in front of Borgin also has 2 more javelins on them.
I'm gonna pick up those javelins.
Okay.
Can I loot the same ogre as Borgin did, or no?
Yeah, give me an investigation check. Okay. Yeah, you look around and you see Borgin kind of going through a coin purse, starting to grab some javelins. You're like, let's see, maybe he missed something. And you find just in a small, like, little side pocket that he had separate from his coin purse, you find 6 gold pieces along the side.
Nice.
So once I'm done looting, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up, look at the ogres, and go, "Guess this is our swamp now."
It's all ogre now.
That's racist.
So,
Just Grognak pointing at him. That's racist. But
You mean
funny.
racist?
Yes.
Grognak, you feel this like overwhelming sense of just fatigue coming over you after raging and freaking out and going through this battle as effectively as you did. It's just kind of tired you out at this point. Your body's like, just, I need to get some sleep. And you are suffering now 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay. Can we get back to wherever the fuck we were gonna camp?
aye. I mean, we got to talk to this stranger here. Who?
The stranger can follow us to our camp. I don't care.
Aye, I'm fine with that.
If he does anything, I'll just smash his head open.
Are you saying this just openly in front of Aslor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Jordan?
It's too tired to smash my head open.
Hi. Oh, I'm gonna get all up close and personal with this one. You might think that, but my axe is thirsty.
As he walks over, I'm gonna walk over here and be like, "Oi, Grognak, now's not the time."
But it's always the time.
No, this is not always the time.
But killing is
No.
fun.
Aye, it can be, but not with someone who
Always.
just helped us.
And from behind, technically we helped him. He was in the fight first.
Aye, but he helped too.
I mean, I think we should be compensated for saving his life.
I'll buy a round of drinks. How about that?
I like him already.
Oh no.
Not another one.
as soon as he says I'll buy him right a drink, I just facepalm. Like,
Rogar just leaves. Rogar's just going back to the fucking horse. God damn it.
Alright, I'm gonna follow Rogar back to camp.
Okay.
That's pretty cute, man.
So you guys, make your way to get a little rest for the evening. Aslor following along, I assume.
Of course.
And you make it to the, make it back to the carts. It was only a couple minutes away, off of the main path. Morgan, you found, in the hurry to try and stop and help, you ended up finding a decent little spot under the canopy of a large tree, kind of off the path just a little bit so that you're not blocking the main road, and you are able to, found a pretty nice spot to go to sleep. Clouds looking, pretty clear. The sky is looking pretty clear. No clouds, no threat of a storm or anything going on.
not like the last spot I found where the cave collapsed in on us.
Yeah, right. There's no caves this time. You made sure of that.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you guys kind of break up how you're going to do watches for the evening.
I'll
will
take
take-
a watch.
No watch because I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm taking first watch. I'm just hopping up into the front of the cart and getting ready. Actually, I would probably start a fire. It's no dark vision at all.
Okay. And so you start a fire. We'll assume you've like tied up the horses and shit to a tree so that they're not getting away. And you start your watch. Go and roll me a perception check.
There it is.
A couple hours pass. watch goes by uneventfully. Nothing out of the ordinary, just the the warmth of the fire. It's very cold at this point. Though you're entering into the stages of summer, you guys have been traveling on the road close to a month now. And when you first started, I believe it was, what, the 4th day or the 5th day of the 5th moon?
4th.
4th day of the 5th moon.
believe.
So, yeah, you guys are already into the 6th moon of the year now. But you're high up in the mountains. Weather's definitely tepid. But keeping close to the fires, helping you stay warm. And you've reached the end of your watch, so you can go wake up whoever's going to watch next for you.
I'll wake up Morgan. I trust him the most.
Okay.
Morgan, watch time.
Alright.
I don't know. Go pat down a spot and lay down.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception check, Borgen. Pretty much same thing. Very uneventful. Darkness takes over. Moon starting to sail off to the side. It's still bright, so it's casting some light as well. You've got the firelight, so we'll kind of just assume that you found some wood and continue to stoke the fire.
And I'll have Moonblade out just for the extra light.
Okay, and you unsheath Moonblade for the extra light. Your dark vision isn't working, but there's enough ambient light around to give you about 30 to 60 feet of visibility here. And nothing happens. It's a very quiet night. How long are you guys keeping watch for, by the way?
I'd probably say 4 hours apiece,
Yeah.
like we usually do.
All right. Well, then, yeah, the end of your watch approaches. We'll assume you guys have eaten like a little bit of food and stuff. Morning comes up. Rogar, you wake up just before the sun is cresting over the tips of the mountain alongside you. And, yeah, you guys have gone through uneventfully. Your temporary hit points have worn off. Those are no longer available to you, but you have all of your spell slots back. You've got all of your hit points back to full hit points, so you can make those adjustments on your character sheets.
And then we're pretty much at Wellspring Falls, right?
Yeah, you guys are. I mean, you'll be there by the afternoon, early afternoon. So, I guess for the hell of it, roll me survival checks. But with advantage this time, because as you've been following the path, getting closer and closer, you've found some markers that are actually leading to the hold of Wellspring Falls. Yeah, you guys find it with relative ease. Even Angrat is able to look at the map, and where he's not particularly proficient in map reading, it doesn't take much to be able to say, hey, this sign is pointing to go this way when the path curves and the sign's pointing us this way. We should, just keep along. So you guys follow the paths and the markers leading towards Wellspring Falls. Eventually, as you get closer, you notice that the dirt road transitioned to like a washed gray cobblestone. Climbing higher and higher, you're able to make out the massive expanse of the city nestled into the natural terrain of the Beartooth Mountain range. Within the foothills. Your gaze scans across its majestic towers, which carve out the center of the capital city. Along its sides, you'll find several wood and stone-built structures with various bridges and roads connecting back to the epicenter. Several walls and stairways are scattered throughout as well. Surprising to each of you, with the exception of Aslor, there are 2 airships floating in the air, docked near the center of the city's face, which what would already be one of the most beautiful sights to behold is only emboldened by its natural surroundings of beautiful trees and greenery that are found scattered throughout, supporting the city's most adorning features, the many waterfalls that flow from within the mountain down to the lake below. As your cart draws near, you pass several houses and farms. You see an older woman outside tending to her livestock, and You find her young boy kind of standing near the edge of the road. He's got a long stick in his hand, and he starts swinging and thrusting the stick, taking down his invisible foe. And as your cart draws near, he kind of stops and stands there. He puts a stick at his side, and he watches you as you slowly draw by. Little while passes, and you a little while passes, and you pull up to the arched gates on the outside as you see two of the Crown's guards standing watch. Several other carts that you've noticed kind of on this point throughout the morning. Where generally you maybe would have seen a couple passerbyers on your travels across the continent, you find a lot of carts heading in the same particular direction. Some in front of you, some behind you, almost kind of working like a caravan, making themselves up the mountain path. And as you look over some of them, you see a lot that seem to be like a collection of different merchant carts. You see some travelers, some of the carts that you kind of see scattered around near the entrance of the city, or the entrance of the gate to the city, have like different lumber and tools and other raw materials that are loaded on there as well. Some metal workers as well. Eventually, you make your way within this procession, where a guard comes up and approaches you towards the front of the gate and says,
"Well, good day. Are you coming in advance of the festival?"
No, we all are here on the official business from the Kingdom of Eastbourne.
Can I please see your writ, my emissary?
We do not have a writ. I forget her name, Beatrix, I believe, told us to meet her here at the temple.
Not particularly familiar with who you're speaking. There's no actual writ required to enter the city. You, of course, may enter, assuming we give a quick scan of your cart and what you have in your person.
Aye, but I was just saying that we have the Eastbourne Kingdom is in need of us, so that's why we are here.
Right, well, that's fine for the Kingdom of Eastbourne. We, Wellspring Falls, maintains this hold along well throughout the western landscape under Queen Isabella Tenellis. However, just give myself and my companion here but a moment to search over your cart and your things, allow us to put your name down on the list as a visitor, and you're welcome to pass through, assuming nothing you have on you is something that we wouldn't wish to enter the city.
Very well.
And he starts to kind of look over the cart and looks through things. Let me roll a check for them as well and see.
Don't
The
tell me
one
the
looks
orcs
at
gave
you,
him away.
Aslor, and says,
Hugh, why do I know you? What's your name?
and he's like going by asking everyone's name anyway, but he kind of picks you out in particular.
Idea why you know me.
Yes, well,
Zazzlor.
and you're wearing the robes of Mistra. You're a member of the Academy?
Was.
And who did you serve under while you were there?
Give me 1 second while I recall his name.
His name, for your reference, was Aranis Vale.
Yes.
Yes, well, welcome back into the city.
And he kind of looks everything over.
Nothing seems particularly out of order, just...
Questions are out of order. Nosy.
Just, keep to yourselves, don't cause any trouble, and, well, of course the festival's just approaching in but a few days, so, do stay and enjoy yourselves. Celebrating Queen Isabella's 658th birthday.
Lord!
What is she, an elf?
Grognak just that's an old woman.
An elf. Sounds more like a wreath.
She
Oh.
is an elf,
Oh,
and she is our High Majesty of the Wellspring Falls Empire. I expect you to provide proper respect on such a fine day as our Queen's birthday.
I was just surprised, that's all.
Just point me in the direction of the booze.
I mean, so
Yes,
I
well,
have a question. Do you have
yes.
like any exotic animals in town? like-
Exotic animals?
Like wild animals, like tamed wild animals, like a bear or something along those lines.
I mean, I don't believe we have any merchants who sell exotic animals. However, I mean, look at the line behind you and in front of you, and as you look around, you see just like a bunch of different merchants. Perhaps you may check with one of them, see if there's any exotic animal dealers here for the festival. I do believe once each year they bring in some different animals to display, but of course as well, animals for the Battle Masters tournament. Those are generally brought in and sourced throughout the year. So maybe you check with one of them.
Alright, I was just wondering because I had a direwolf a while ago who was
That's you that die.
Hey, shut up.
Yes, well, very sad, but
That was killed by a troll.
Because
Unfortunately.
of you.
I'm going to slap you in the face, Grognak.
quite sad. But
Ooh.
well, please make your way in. We've got several other carts to get to throughout not only today but in the next couple days still.
Alright, thank
Oh,
you.
where's the meadery? Or inn, or whatever.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Let him figure it out on his own.
I think he meant to say, "Where's the O'Douls?"
He starts to just walk past your cart and walk down to the next cart that's behind you guys.
Come on!
Right? I mean, you'll figure it out. If you want it bad enough, you'll
You
figure
in
it
the
out.
face.
I've already started moving my horse forward. Like
Yeah.
I'm just riding away from them. Like god damn it.
I'll move the cart forward then, just to... Fuck.
Sure.
Yeah, I assume me and Borg the horses were in front, and then the cart was just behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Yeah, so each of you end up passing through the large stone archway and through a carved tunnel within the mountain, seeing sunlight shining through upon the exit ahead. Welcome to Wellspring Falls.
Yeah.
Beautiful city.
Wow.
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 Home.
Pretty elfy looking.
I was about to say,
Hanging off of a cliff there, are we?
yeah, just a wee bit.
Mm.
Alright. First mission, I'm gonna go find the Battle Master. That's my mission.
A what?
The Battle Master, the dude who has animals.
Hmm.
First mission. Mission number 1.
Yeah, so you guys end up making your way through the town. There's like a main road that travels where you would see basically cuts through the center of town. You find as you're walking some market districts with some different shops. You find and hear the sounds of different people kind of cheering and clapping. You look over and you see a couple of larger individuals kind of getting into a heated shoving argument. And you walk by as well and you see some men in some nicer robes kind of casually walking scattered around the edges of town. And then towards the back, you're able to see the giant towers and spires of what makes up the Imperial District towards the center end of town leading to the falls. And as you walk, continue to walk forward, you see a small gnomish man go, "Well, hello there.
Oh,
New to
God
town,
damn it.
are ya?"
Nope. Ignore. I'm just gonna walk past.
Same. Yeah. Not talking to.
Are we still riding our do we still have our
What?
horses and carriage, or do we
What?
have to stable them
Does
somewhere?
Grognak see the gnome?
I mean, he's standing right there. It's up to you whether you choose
Do you
to see him or not.
choose to see the gnome is the real question.
You can
I
ignore him
think-
if you don't want to.
I think I will ignore him for Grognak's irrational fear of gnome.
And as you guys start to pass by, "Oh, come on. I'll help you out. You help me out. I know everything in this town. Name's Rorik." You continue just to walk by him.
Yeah.
I'll stop and be like, "Where's the battle master?"
Oh, well, I can take you to the Battle Master. I can take you to the taverns and the shops and some of the other places in town, of course. I am
I'm just gonna put
Rorik,
my
and I'm
hand
happy
on-
to give you a guide.
I'm gonna put my hand on Morgan's shoulder and just pull him along.
Okay. Yeah. Unless Borgen's like gonna try and resist, you guys walk on by, and you see Rorik turn around and walk up to the next cart.
Hello, Rorik, and my name is Rorik, and let me be your guide.
And you kind of start to hear the muddles get a little more shallow as you continue to walk by, until you can't hear him anymore. Yeah, you do find kind of one tavern off to the side that's got some horses stabled up, but there's some empty slots on the stables as well.
Wait, so we were still on our horses?
I mean, you have your cart no matter what. Like, you didn't
park
exactly
the cart.
just park it out by the city gate.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if we stabled it before we got up to where we were.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, there
Guard
weren't really
Park.
stables up by the front of the gate. It seems like more of the stables. I mean, the city is wide enough, and the streets are certainly large enough to have a couple carts on the street at one time. I mean, it's a massive expanse of like almost a metropolistic type capital hold here, where walking by with a cart and a couple horses is like nothing. Like you'll see guards passing by on horses themselves. Maybe 2-3 of them lined up going down the road. Traveling on a cart, especially right now, wouldn't be something that's kind of out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I wouldn't have dismantled till yet then.
Sure. But you do pass a couple different like taverns that look like they've got some stables that are opened up.
I'll park the carriage outside one of the taverns.
I'm gonna get off the horse, walk over to the bartender, and ask where the battle master is.
Does he have to make a check?
Do I have to make a check to get off the horse?
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check to get off your horse.
I'll help him down. I'll give him advantage.
How are you? Are you on your horse at the moment still?
I assume I would have dismounted first because I can dismount without having to make a check because I'm not a 2-foot tall dwarf.
Yeah, but if it's happening at the same time, all right, I'll let you help him down.
I'm 4'7" actually. Thank you.
Yeah,
Same thing.
I'll let you help him down.
You're still
so-
a child trying to get off a full-size horse.
Again, you see Borgen like trying to get down, and he starts to fall, and you see like one of his legs fly up into the air as Rogar kind of stabilizes him and helps him to the ground. You end up parking and hitching up your horses. Younger boy, maybe no more than 15 or 16 years old, walks up to you and says, it's a silver a day per horse and 5 silver for a cart.
Oh, swell.
Holy, jeez. Oh.
Is it actually, though? Does he look like he's just a fucking beggar? Or does he look like he probably works here?
No, he looks like he works there, but he looks like he's hosing you a little bit too.
Should I try to intimidate him?
Gognek's going to walk up to him.
Kid, how much is it really? Don't be messing with a holy man right now.
At the same time, Grognek's gonna stand over him and intimidate him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and persuade him. There's the persuasion.
Angroth's gonna intimidate him as well.
So he
No.
has two hulking.
You
like,
made a kid
massive
cry
men.
last time you intimidated him. It's not okay.
So this short ass dwarf has 2 hulking figures behind him, intimidating this little kid while he's trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm. The kid just looks kind of afraid as Grognak is standing there. He almost like doesn't even notice the fact that Angrath is there as well, because he's kind of just sees this giant, teeth-bearing half-orc standing cowardly up over him. Oh,
He's
sorry,
a
a
full
full orc. With teeth bearing, kind of grimacing, probably holding his battle axe or something in his hand as he's doing it.
No, I'm just making a scary face.
Okay.
A really scary face.
And a scary face, and then a dwarf who's about his size, but just massive build at the same time. And he goes, all right. It's actually
5 copper a day for the horses and a silver for the cart.
Fucking kid.
Thank you.
So all in all, it'll be 3 silver a day.
I'll just toss him 3 silver.
Okay. Well, my name's Tim. If I can help you with anything else, and I'll run this inside. Frank is the bartender
Tim.
here.
Real fast.
Little Timmer.
Where's the battle master? It's important. I need to know.
It's not that important. You don't need to tell him.
Don't tell him at all.
Don't listen to the orc. The orc's a liar. Where is it?
The orc's a liar,
Give me
but the
persuasion
dwarf
checks.
got his dog killed.
Contested persuasion checks.
Can I was agreeing with Morgan, so does that give advantage or no?
No.
Wasn't talking at all.
He looks at Grognak and says, right, well, Frank saw you guys pull up. I should really go get him this. And he moves along and goes inside.
I'm just gonna brush past everybody and just run into Frank.
All right, you walk in. You pass the sign that says "Dragon's Drink," and you walk in, and you see a modest little tavern. It's not great. It's not bad though. Floor is in pretty good condition. Nice wood floor. Nails all seemingly in place. There's a hearth along the side wall. That's relatively cleaned up. Fire's going right now, just kind of providing some ambient crackling and some warmth within the bar. And then you see a couple patrons scattered across, and then a middle-aged, kind of larger human, shorter
We know what
hair
Frank
on
looks
top,
like.
but a little bit of a bar.
We know what Frank looks like. It's okay.
And you walk in and he says, "Hey, hello there. Tim, you got the coin, right?" And Tim hands over and he looks and he goes, "All right, good. Well, how you doing there? My name's Frank. Welcome to the Dragon's Drink."
I
Another
do believe I owe
Frank.
Grognak a drink.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna put my hand on Azlor's shoulder and just push him towards the bar.
Frank, real fast. Where's the battle master?
Don't tell him, Frank.
Don't listen to him.
Contested persuasion checks.
Oh my gosh.
Until
Here's
you
my
start
mission.
to agree this is what's
Fuck
happening.
you over.
Corey, you roll first. I rolled first last time.
Okay.
Yeah, so he looks at Borg and he said, "Well, Battlemaster, I guess what specifically are you looking for?"
I'm looking for a dire wolf.
Oh God damn it, Borgen!
Well,
Just let it happen!
so
It's gonna happen again.
you're talking about for the Battlemaster's tournament, no? Because we don't actually have like a Battlemaster here. We got a Lawmaster. We've got the captain of the Queen's Assembly.
Do you have anyone that will sell me a dire wolf?
Beast.
I mean, the celebration of Queen Isabel's birthday is just in a few days. I'm sure there'll be some different traders with some exotic animals caged up, and well, of course, you can always test your hand at the Battle Masters tournament, see if your group is the strongest, and take on all sorts of nasty beasts. Maybe some of them is the dire wolf.
At that point, Grognak's gonna perk his head up. Just, we can enter.
Oh, we can kill a dire wolf?
We can kill things.
Eh?
That's
I'm gonna
the
kill you, Angrath.
that's sort of like the gem in terms of main entertainment for the Queen's annual birthday festival. Is the Battle Masters tournament. Anybody can sign up. We get sometimes some mercenary groups come in and sign up, people from around. Plus, there's a couple troops in Wellspring Falls that'll sign up as well. And yeah, it's one big tournament in celebration of the Queen. And you go in and you fight some some different beasties. Couple rounds of competition, see what you can do, and if you're able to make it out of there alive, you win yourself something nice.
Where do we
Sounds
sign up?
awesome.
Hell, you want to go talk to the Lawmaster, Bjork Nielsen. He's at the Hall of the Honored over the Imperial District, but he kind of looks you up and down. You may want to, wash up and change first. It's a little nicer area of town. Not everybody's always, the most welcoming, of course, like myself, though. I'll welcome you. I welcome everybody. Frank
Where's your
welcomes all.
washroom?
Well, I got like a little, outhouse along the side of the building, but you would probably want to check out the, the steam room.
I'm gonna start
a little
walking.
off to the side of the business district.
Alright. I'm heading out, guys. I'll go talk to the lawmaster if anybody wants to come with.
I wouldn't mind going. Alright, give Borgen the money to buy his drinks for him.
Grognak.
Yeah, how much do you hand Grognak?
1 gold piece.
Okay.
What?
So just make sure you're tracking all that stuff on your character sheet. But yeah, you throw Grognak a gold.
How much?
Okay,
1 gold.
1 gold. How do I
1
track
gold.
that? To be honest with you.
Yeah, so on your character sheet, on the main page, if you scroll down, you'll see your inventory. And then so like underneath like quarterstaff, shock and grasp, like that attack section.
Say GP.
Yep, GP. So you have 70
Is
there, so you can
Rogar
just
staying in the
minus 1
tavern?
there.
What's Rogar doing?
He's probably gonna go with him because I don't feel like sitting here with it.
Well, shit. Y'all are just leaving me alone.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't drink.
Hey, Frank, I'm looking for a necromancer. Is there one in town?
What? What?
What the fuck?
What?
Like, like
Necromancer?
Is that the right word?
someone who raises shit from the dead? I mean, that's what
I
you're
have
looking
this
for?
ring I want to have some.
You see, asking for a
Okay.
necromancer is like me being like, "Hey, Frank, where's the nearest brothel?"
Oh. Well, yeah, you gave me a little bit of a fright there. I mean, you probably you could just look for an enchanter. We have one in town. It's called the Impenetrable Force. A guy there by the name of Nico. He's a
What was the guy's name?
his name is Nico. Go talk to Nico.
Okay.
The impenetrable force.
Impenetrable force.
Alright, now down to business. Frank,
Yeah.
what is your strongest drink?
What is my strongest drink?
Yes.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, Jesus.
And while this is going on, I'm gonna make my way to the steam house, and then when we get there, I'm gonna pay for everybody to get cleaned up.
Okay.
So I can wear my fine clothes for once finally when I go to the lawmaster.
Oh, that's a good one there. It's a Dwarven Iron Fist Cognac. It's a
Dwarven Iron Fist what?
Cognac. You know what a fucking
Cognac.
cognac is?
I'm an orc. I know what grog is, and I know what meat.
I tell you what, hand me a fucking gold and I give it to you.
Fucking gold. How about I hand you 10 fucking gold for the entire bottle? Or the entire case.
I'll give you the bottle for 10 gold. He kind of like
Alright.
eyeballs it, and it's not an entirely full bottle. It looks like there's a couple shots missing, but it's probably in his eyes about 10 gold worth. Yeah. So do you drink? Do you start drinking it now, or do you just hang on to it?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
All right. So it's an amber color, and it's got like it's got a cloudiness to it as well, where it's not just like a clear liquor. It's got a nice, interesting scent to it though for a cognac. It smells a little bit like straw, but there's like a hint of oat to it as well.
Alright, well, down the hatch! I'm gonna put my head back and take a big swig.
All right, give me a Constitution check.
Oh,
This early?
This is just to see how you take drinking the entire bottle at once.
I'm not drinking the whole thing.
Oh, you're just taking a swig?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
taking a
I thought you
large
said down
swig.
the hatch. I just assumed you were chugging. Oh, never mind. You're fine then. Yeah.
I was about to say that's some strong alcohol.
Just like, holy shit, man!
No, I mean,
Wonder
you
what the
take it. It's
hundred's
not
like.
bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, tastes pretty good. It's got a little kick to it, but it's really, really smooth actually. It's not like something like real bitter, like grain vodka or something, where just like drinking, nail polish remover acetone or something. It's really, really smooth, has a nice taste to it. A little bit of a burn still, but it's not bad.
All right. I'm still sitting in the bar. Hey, Frank, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
So, in the past few towns I've been in, all the innkeepers or tavern keepers, they've all been named Frank. Is there any relation there?
Must be coincidental.
Interesting.
Roll an insight check if you want. I mean, yeah, you're not too sure. The one thing that you notice is he looks strikingly similar to like every other Frank that you've seen. Even the one in Bexley that like looked a little bit different than the one from like Port Piscah, for example. They all look eerily similar. Like most of the time, it's like a wardrobe change almost, or maybe the hair is fixed a little bit different. But yeah, he looks pretty identical to the rest of the Franks. But he's telling you must just be a coincidence, and I mean, you're not really getting a good read on him.
I'll just shrug my shoulders and take another swig.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are making your way out into the markets then? Or you were going to go to the steam room, right?
Yeah,
that's
cleaned up.
Yeah.
Give me a survival check.
Survival?
Borgin.
Of course, it's me.
If Aslor is going to help you because he's from Wellspring Falls, you can have advantage. Or he can just kind of guide you there. I would assume you probably would know the area pretty well. Even because, like, although you were out kind of traveling and doing your own thing for a little bit, like, you still, Wellspring Falls would still be called your home. You know it pretty well. So I'd say with Aslor's help, you end up you walk past like a bunch of shops. You end up going past a business section and a couple of more wealthy looking individuals kind of give you like a skewed, sour look as you walk by. But eventually, after maybe 20 minutes, you do finally find a small sign in the tucked section in the business district that says the steam room.
I'll just walk in there.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in. There's a human woman standing behind the bar, or standing behind the desk as you walk in. Just a nice, kind of well-carved wooden wall with two doors, one on each side of the counter in the front. And she says, "Hello, welcome to the steam room."
Hello, how much for 4 private rooms?
You mean changing rooms or shower rooms or...
Both.
Well, do you know exactly where you are?
No, not entirely.
So this is...
I'm from Strelheim.
Oh, you're from up north then.
Okay.
Well, our
I'm quite
steam
away.
room is... Well, generally speaking, there are, of course, shower areas or shower rooms, but we have one of the largest, if not the largest, in certainly all of Wellspring Falls, but I dare say all of Izora, steam baths. You and all of your friends can come in and relax in the hot waters that we keep heated up to allow a nice steamy overcoat, and when you're done or even before, we'll launder your clothes on our behalf as well, so that your clothes are in nice clean condition for when you are done relaxing for the day.
How much is it for 4 people for the steam then? For the hot steam bath?
For 4 people, we'll call it 2 gold pieces, an extra gold piece if we launder your clothing as well.
Aye, that would be fine.
Okay.
So
and
just,
when should I? I mean, are you guys doing this now, or are you like just booking a time for later?
I would do it now.
Okay. Well, yes, please. Right back this way, and you hand her 3 gold, I assume.
Yeah.
So she leads you into a little back area, kind of like just like one little halled room. You may, of course, undress here. Just leave your clothes. We'll send someone back to get them and launder them for you. And just beyond this door is our luxurious steam room.
And I'm gonna leave out the fine clothes, the fine dwarven noble clothes.
Okay. To have her launder, or you?
To have her launder.
Okay. I mean, you can literally
Oh,
like
there-
leave everything. There's no like.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave everything then,
Okay.
because that way I want to be in my fine clothes, looking like a noble when I go talk to the lawman.
All right. I assume the rest of you are. Are you all kind of joining in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm at the bar.
Or turn down a steam with another man.
Grognak, did you say you're still at the bar?
I'm still at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't come with us.
We kind of just left him.
I'm actually I actually want to pull out my playing cards and start challenging people in the bar.
Yeah.
Make some money.
So, the other 4 of you kind of get undressed. You open up the doors and nobody's in there. Actually, to your surprise, it's completely empty. But you kind of start to think and wonder, like, oh, maybe this place just isn't that busy. But it's also the middle of the day. Some people could be, out at work or, just kind of tending to other things. It's still a bit early for more of like the evening revelry. But you guys are able to walk in, and we'll quickly move over to Grognak. How are you trying to challenge people with your cards?
I'm just gonna be sitting there yelling, well, not really yelling, but with a raised voice saying, "Think you can win some money from me? Well, play me in a game of cards."
You see a large man walk towards your way, a little older, probably in his 60s. And he says, "Oh, I play cards. What's your game?"
Blackjack.
Right then. Sure, I'll play with you. Start the wager. What's your starting wager there, son?
2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces, fine. He throws it down. Go ahead and roll me D21.
Did you say D21?
Yeah. Play a blackjack to 21.
Yeah. Damn.
Huh!
Damn!
19! I'll take those gold. He takes the 2 gold from you.
Wait a
Double
minute,
or nothing.
Are you taking into account my proficiency with the gaming set?
Even proficiency would give you a 9.
Shite. Alright.
Because your proficiency bonus is only 2.
Alright. Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. Throw it down. Do you want to try to
Alright.
cheat him?
Cheat?
Or are you just going to play fair?
Hold on a second. I'll just play fair.
Okay. Yeah, roll me D21 plus 2.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh, you fucking bastard. Chords are in your favor. Alright, we're even. Tell you what, let's up the ante here. 20 gold.
Oh, 20? Oh, that's a little steep there.
Oh, what are you, a chicken shit, baby?
I'm just gonna look at him all serious, just, what did you just call me?
And he stands up, gets a little more in your face. Are you a chicken shit baby? 20 gold too rich for you.
20 gold!
He slams it down on the table.
Oh no.
Alright, so you deal out the cards. Go ahead and roll.
Holy... Are you fucking shitting me?
He starts to sweep the 40 gold towards him.
Just while he's doing it, I'm gonna grab his arm. You cheated!
Get your fucking hands off me. And you start to see him grab a blade.
You cheated.
I didn't do shit.
I'm
So
gonna-
you guys, he looks over and says, "Hey, new guy's calling me a cheat." A couple other guys walk over. Frank's kind of peering over from the bar as well. You now have like 5 burly men around you.
I'm gonna just stand up, look them all down in the face, just... You cheated.
You are afraid to lose. Yeah, and he just stands gunning you down. He doesn't back off at all.
Alright, guess we're playing this way, huh?
Tell you what, I'll give you one more chance. Double or nothing. 40 gold. You win, you get it back plus my 20. I win, I pick up another 40.
Okay then.
I mean, fuck, at this point, it's free money for me, yeah? Double or nothing, 40 apiece.
Fine. No. 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 I can't, I don't have enough money.
Well, what do you got on ya?
I got 19 gold.
Tell you what. That a little silver there on your axe.
You think I'm gonna bet my axe?
Tell you what, I win. I'll get the axe and your 19 gold. You win. I'll give you 100 gold.
How about this? I win. I burst your brains all over the place. You win. I burst your brains all over the place.
Frank starts walking over. Goes, hey! I'm all for friendly gaming here, but you're gonna get in a fight. Get the fuck out of my back.
I'm not
Meanwhile,
putting my
we're gonna
axe
quick
up.
pan away from this scene, go back to the steam room just for a moment. You guys walk out. There's like bathrobes and things inside of that room as well. So it wasn't like you're just walking out stark naked unless you choose to. There are bathrobes available in different sizes.
We're not Grognak, so.
All right, so you guys cover up in some different robes. Yeah, you enter in, and just this wonderful sense of just warmth kind of overtakes you. The room is real nice and dark, low lit, and you can see on 2 sides of the large pool. Pool itself is only about 3 feet deep, and there's a bench underneath the level of the water as well for you guys to sit on and just kind of kick back, throw your legs, and relax. And you can see that on each side there's a large chute and some charcoal along the top of this chute, almost being funneled in. That's just, burning pretty rapidly. There's a blower that you can kind of hear on the other side, but very, very faintly where it's an incredibly relaxing experience. You get the fragrance of different incenses as well being built, like maybe they've thrown in some incense and some herbs into the actual coal itself. Quite nice and relaxing.
This is magical.
So, what were you doing outside Wellspring Falls there?
I would learn new magic, and I was traveling, practicing it in the woods when I got ambushed by the goblins and ogres.
And your name is, just so I don't have to keep addressing you as person or he. What was that?
As lore.
Aslor?
A-Z.
Ass Lord.
God.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Aslor. Name's Borgin.
Pleasure
As
is mine.
I'm accompanied by these two. Angrath's the big red one. With
Who's
the
the
wings.
drunk?
Oh, yeah, that's Grognak, that's the orc.
Come.
Who's
Where
at
did
the
you meet
tavern
that
right now.
creature?
Aye. It's a long story.
A time.
And then Hrogar's the Dragonborn.
Born. I haven't heard of Dragonborn in years.
I'll just nod my head. I'm laying back, relaxing.
Well, I appreciate your help along the road. Without y'all, I'd have surely been dead.
I always do what I can to help those in need.
You won't mind if I tag along with y'all then?
I see no problem with it. Could always use an extra hand.
Well, then so be it.
long as-
What business are y'all on? You
As
said
long
you
as
were from-
Strogar or Angrath doesn't have a problem with it, I don't care.
Because of Grognak, we're basically to 3 members with us. Having
Aye.
a 4th would be helpful. And when you and him get in your spats or your drinking contests, it'd be nice to have more than just Angrath to rely on.
You know I always win those. I always come. Okay.
Yes,
I don't-
after a night's rest.
Hey, that's true.
Drink on. I would say it'd have to be really celebratory for me to drink. A good mage keeps his mind clear.
That's good to hear.
As fighter, I don't drink.
That Grognak drinks enough for all of us, so we have nothing to
Hey,
worry
so-
about there.
That'd be true.
So does the dwarf.
I
the
drink
dwarf.
occasionally. Only
thought you were
only
a child.
Grognak thinks he can beat anyone.
Child, dwarf, same thing. Only difference is dwarves drink far more than children.
Aye, that's true. And at a younger age too.
Dwarves. Do you use a step stool when you get on your horse, or
No. As you can
No,
tell,
I
I
had
fall
to
off
help
half the time.
So he just pulls on his mane.
Aye. No, growing up in Stelheim, you don't really have horses. You you tend to just walk everywhere.
they walk everywhere? Nonsense.
Being a nobleman, you tend to find ways to get others to do your stuff for you.
Dwarf, you don't even need knee pads, do you?
No.
Mm-mm.
Alright, so we pan the cameras, fade out, and back over to Grognak in the bar of the Dragon's Drink. Yeah, what are you going to do, Grognak? You are faced up with this large man and his buddies, and he's offered 100 gold if you win, or all the gold you have and your silver-lined battle axe if he wins.
How about this? Me and you go outside, have a fist fight. You win the fight, you can have my axe.
Give me a persuasion check.
But if your buddies jump in, I bash your brains in.
Sounds fair. And if you win?
If I win, just give me back my gold.
Deal. Alright, fellas, you hear him, yeah? This guy wins, he gets his gold back. If I win, we get the axe. And he and the other 4 guys stand up and start making their way out towards the bar. Or out of the bar. I assume you're following suit then, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yay.
Alright.
Just a one-on-one fist
So
fight.
it's an unarmed strike, which is basically you're not proficient in. You are proficient in strength,
Yes.
because well, you're not a monk though, so it's just gonna be D20 plus your strength modifier.
So +3, guys. Shouldn't you get up in initiative, or is this just gonna be like little?
Yeah, roll me initiative if you want. Let's do a dex check for him.
Yay.
All right, he's gonna take the first swing.
Beat him by 1 point.
He rolls the hit. It's an 8. It's a miss. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Oh, the hit, not the damage. Wait,
Yeah, he was just
am I
rolling
still
the
putting?
hit.
Am I putting my strength modifier on top of it still?
Yeah, it's 1d20 plus strength.
+3, yeah.
Yeah. That's a miss as well. That's a miss.
What,
That's
are
a
they
hit.
both drunk already?
Go ahead and roll. It's 1 plus your strength modifier for an unarmed strike. How many points of damage is that?
1 plus my strength modifier, 4.
Yeah, so 4. Alright. And tell you what, for the bout of the fight, we'll each give you guys 15 hit points. Just to help speed this thing along. So
I'll put
he's
that in
down
temporary.
to 11 HP. He's going to roll to hit. What's your AC naturally again?
15.
15? Alright, that's a hit.
Yep.
So he does 5 points of damage to you.
Shite.
That's a hit.
So
another
4 again.
So he's down to 10, 9, 8, 7. That's a hit. It's another 5. You're down to 5 now. He's got 7 hit points left. You need him to miss. That's a hit. So he takes another 4.
Next hit wins.
Whoever hits next wins.
And that's a hit, and
Son of a
he
bitch.
knocks you flat to the ground. You're not knocked out or anything. You are actually on your hit points down, 15 hit points now. But he just gives you one giant strike and pummels you. Your face just kind of crunches, and your body falls and buries into the ground. You hear in your head, "You always were a little bitch."
You know what? At this point, I'm gonna react to Thomas as a rage and just fuck this bullshit.
What are you doing?
I'm going to murder this guy. No!
Oh no.
Our guy's gonna be in jail.
So you're-
no, I'm not gonna kill him. I'll just say fuck. Here,
You hand over your battle axe.
I hand over my great axe.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Nobody's tougher than Roger. Ain't that right, boys? Yeah.
name's Roger.
You hear him in the back. Yeah, no one's tougher than you, Roger. No one's tougher than you, boss. Yeah, my name's Roger. What's your name?
I'm just gonna think to myself for a second. Thomas. Did he know?
Roll me a history check.
I am not good with history.
I wouldn't say that you have a chance, even within your sort of like schizophrenic companion relationship with Thomas, whether he knew a Roger or not. And for the first time, now that you're looking for the help, Thomas seems to go quiet. So you're not really sure if Thomas would have been associated with this guy or not. He doesn't look like he's a bandit. He just, I mean, he's wearing leather armor, or studded leather armor actually, and he looks a little rough and tough. He's bigger. He's got a group of guys with him. You're not really sure if he's a mercenary or a bandit or just, kind of a, casual bar fighter or whatever.
Yeah.
He definitely is skilled. He's a strong fucking guy. He's not that quick, but he's can pack a punch. And he offers you his hand to shake your hand out of respect.
I'll shake it and just be like, look, just take care of the axe, all right?
Oh, gladly. You got this thing nice and silvered too. Beautiful.
Yeah, we were fighting a werewolf.
Well, you're a smart man for doing that, but you put up a good fight. What was your name again, son?
Grognak.
Oh, Grognak. Well, yeah, me and the boys, we're going to enter the tournament here in a few days. Could always use someone extra in our hand. You want to team up with us?
Actually, no. Me and my companions are going into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
but I won't be at my best without my axe.
It's a shame you'll have to make do, but tell me, what's the name of your group called?
Name?
Why don't you guys call yourself something?
I mean, I just call us a bag of dicks.
Well, I'd love to hear the announcer announce you as a bag of dips, but nah, we're the Spiked Steel.
Spiked steel. Well, if I have to kill you in that tournament, I'm taking my axe.
You've never done this tournament before, have you?
What, you not kill?
Well, I mean, you kill, but not the other competitors.
What do you mean?
It's 3 rounds of competition. Each one harder than the last. As many groups are allowed to enter as you want. You just have to go sign up with the Lawmaster, or Queen's Assembly Captain. One of them can probably point you in the right direction. But sign up solo, sign up as a group, doesn't matter. Go 3 rounds of competition, 200 gold pieces for the group for each round, and however many people, how many groups finish after the 3rd round, you all stay alive, stay good. Split the pot with whoever's left.
No way I could persuade you into giving me back the axe. It's kind of sentimental. I don't know why I put it up.
Roll me. I'm trying to think if there's like I mean, it's persuasion, but I want to see if there's something maybe a little better for it.
Begging?
Basically, like, what can you do to get the guy to fucking pity you? Yeah,
Grovel?
give me a.
I'll literally do anything for the axe.
Give me persuasion check. That's pretty good.
Damn it.
Alright, well. I mean, a fight is a fight, you know what I'm saying, mate?
Yeah, that's fair, and you want it fair and square.
Tell you what, kick over 10 more gold. You see you got 19 gold left, right?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna make you fucking walk this bitch paw. Give me 10 gold to your 19, I'll give you back the axe.
Done.
You hand him 10 gold?
Yup.
Alright, he hands your
No
back.
way I'm losing. I don't know why I actually said that, though.
He hands your axe over to you. Alright, now I want you boys to listen closely. Keep this in mind as a good little bit of information here for you. Sometimes it's not just about striking a man while he's down. Sometimes it's about showing respect for your fellow fighter. So, hey, old Grognak, I'll see you in the tournament, I hope.
Wait.
Yeah?
Come share this drink with me. Because I still have my bottle.
Fuck it, free drink? Alright, I'm in. And he goes and walks back in the tavern. You're like, you got like a busted up kind of face and bloody nose, but you walk in and Roger like throws his arms up there. He's like a big fucking muscly guy too, despite the fact that he's older. Like he's just like full on body mass. Throws his arms up in the air. Alright, we're drinking with this guy tonight. And he points at you. Gather round, gents. Come revel in our stories. And that is where we will end today's session.
Alright.
Oh my god.
That was fucking stupid.
Dwarven transportation for the rich.
Oh my god.
Straight
That was
facts.
fucking dumb.
Alright.
You
That was
almost
fun,
lost
guys.
your axe there.
Oh, yeah.
They
Almost.
did.